the beginning of 2026, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about, starting with you and the plan and having a great year. Tune in this Saturday at 8:30 right here on TIC News Talk 1080.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. One question I'm always asked is, how did you become the largest injury firm in the world with over 1,000 attorneys and $25 billion in verdicts and settlements? One way was our financial strength. Medical malpractice is the third leading cause of death in America. To prosecute a typical case costs up to $250,000 in case costs. We advance them all. Product liability cases can have similar costs with an army of lawyers on the other side. Automobile insurance companies have the resources to fight. Guess what? So do we. Many law firms simply may not have the financial firepower to work up your case the way you deserve. And we don't charge by the hour. No recovery, no fee. If you have a question about your case or wish to become a client, go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer 24/7. It's that easy. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
1 minute.
And quarterback of your small business, you call the shots.
Can you hear me? Hi, Roland.
Happy Friday.
Now it's time to bring in LendSeek, your funding MVP. No delay of game here. Get up to $2 million in as fast as 20.
Did y'all eat yet?
Or term loans. Let LendSeek's AI
Nice.
assist you in making the winning play and score that touchdown. Apply at LendSeek. NDSEEK.com.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes guy.
Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use.
It's hard. It's hard to be behind the scenes if everybody can see you.
100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through.
Worth of coverage.
Ethos.com/radio. That's ETHOS.
Here we go.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, shh. Calm down. The show is about to start. Reese on the radio. Turn it up. Turn it up low. Turn it up loud.
It's like a dream come true.
Turn on your radio. Reese is on the radio.
Yo, let's get it.
Due to the nature of this program, discretion does not exist. It's Reese on the radio. Right now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
19 reporting to you live on location. That's right. The one and only, your friendly neighborhood, Reese on the Radio, is live a day after Bagel Day. It is I, Reese on the Radio. We are live. We are in Vernon. We are at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike with a bunch of people who are here, and my boss, who is scaring the bejesus out of me, sitting right, the first time I've ever done the show, sitting right in front of my boss, and what I can only call a studio audience. We're just going to pretend it's a studio right here live at Between Rounds. To my left here, of course, is the person you all really came to see. My beautiful wife, Roseanne, is here. Roseanne on the radio. Say hello.
Apple pie is here.
Okay.
Hello.
Be nice. We are here to support not only Between Rounds, but of course Connecticut Food Share, of course fighting food insecurity, those who have been struggling throughout so many years of inflation, people who have had things sort of happen at them all of a sudden. Life happens all of a sudden, and it's great to have people like Connecticut Food Share doing the work that they're doing to make sure that people can do the most basic thing, and that is to eat. And we are here to support them. As you know, Reese on the Radio is all about charity, all about giving. A lot of these places, where were you when I was 15? But I'm glad you're here now. And it's our way of giving back. Roseanne, of course, is a big charitable person. And in fact, speaking of which, I want to talk to you about something, a conversation that we had very early. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to say thank you to Jerry Puya of Between Rounds for making this happen. And forgive me for a second, because I always talk about people manning up, but I do get emotional at times. I'm not without emotion. I do want to say this to you, Jerry, if I could. And you probably heard me say this before. I want to thank you, because Roseanne and I got here in Connecticut. You couldn't wait for us to get here. You visited us when we were in San Antonio, Texas. You couldn't wait for us to get here. When we got here, you were one of the first calls that was made to us. You immediately invited us not only into your home, but into your lives, and you treated us like family. And you're the reason why we're here at this place. And I just want to tell you, you're like a brother to me, man. And thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for, as WTIC has done, I want to also thank you, just everybody, all of you, for also welcoming my wife. I can do so much, but you guys brought it home, because I dragged her all the way across the country to come down here, and she has been a trooper, and she's been my rock and sort of keeping me. I'm sorry, because there are a lot of people here, and I didn't expect this kind of a crowd, so forgive me, because I'm glad that we're doing something good, and that's what I want to continue to do here. Thank you, Janine, for making this possible, and never telling me no. Just say, rethink that. When I come to you with ideas, so that I appreciate. I want to thank the sales team. You folks have always been great for me. Connecticut Food Share, thank you for at least inviting me to be here. You guys are a big charity and being so welcoming to all of us. And, of course, my main man over here, nothing against you, Roland. I still got you. You're my friend, okay? If you give me a second here, I just want to show some love to another guy, okay? Real quick.
Wow.
All right, thank you. Joey, thank you, as always, for being down here and making sure this thing goes smoothly as well. Now, let's get to what we're here about, and that is embarrassing myself in front of my wife. So, let me say this. The charity thing is huge, and if I can start off with a monologue that has anything to do with this and what we're doing today, when Roseanne and I first got together, we often talk about this, that we started our relationship arguing with one another. We had two different ideological sort of points of view, and I think what made our marriage and our relationship really, really good was that we started off arguing. So we knew all the stuff that we could throw at each other. But I wanted to bring this up to you, and you know I never tell you the topics I'm going to talk about because I want your fresh point of view.
I'm a little nervous.
So one of the biggest arguments we had when we moved in together, I had one of my former employees, Richard, living with us, and you had your sister immediately living with us from San Antonio, Texas. And one of the first arguments we had was about inviting people into our home.
Yes.
And taking care of people who needed help.
Yes.
And Roseanne's position was, anytime somebody needs assistance, I'm going to be there.
Right.
No matter who it is, if they need help and I can help them out, I am going to give them a place to stay.
Right. I have a friend who said I was always picking up strays.
Yes.
Because that's what I did. Throughout the course of the last 25 years, I've had family members, I've had former Army buddies, I've had people in recovery, random people that just needed help. And so, yes, I'm moving people in. I got a spare bedroom. The kids can share a room. It's fine, and yeah, I've done that for years.
Can you tell me the motivation behind that? Because, and I'll openly admit it, I could have, of course, and I've utilized people's couches throughout my life as being a homeless person. Didn't always get a place to stay. Mm-hmm. What was the motivation behind just giving somebody a place to stay? Because that argument that we had about it was that you drew the line there. You were just like, that's the way I am, that's the way it's going to be. I still
want to. I still want to be able to have a home big enough where, my cousin, when she needed help, she was right there in that bedroom, right? Mm-hmm. Warner was there in the room.
Yep.
What I haven't really talked about publicly is I've been homeless. Mm-hmm. I was also in a domestic violence shelter when my sons were very young. So I was in foster care as a teenager. So for me, it's the world has always, God has always found a way to carry me and prevent me from meeting absolute despair and doom, right? And it always came at someone else being willing to give me a place to live, someone else giving me a meal, someone else showing me where to go. And so for me, if I don't give back, then that's kind of a slap in the face of everybody who's given to me. And how dare I not share and help the next person? Like, who am I to not help the next person? I might be the only thing keeping that person from, freezing to death on the streets or God knows what else. So
the interesting part about that is, and the reason why I asked you is that our argument at that time about being able to offer up our home to someone was that you are giving somebody your personal space to share, not so much with a stranger. Those are a little difficult. I would never ask anybody to give their bedroom up to somebody they didn't know. In essence, you would give that space to some odd reason. My theme is playing in the background, but anyway, the giving that space to somebody is difficult in the sense of, for a guy, I'm saying, is that men feel very territorial about their
my
home.
home is my castle. And you don't want interlopers and invaders in your castle.
Right.
This is your space.
Do you remember how you persuaded me to be more understanding?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
You don't?
I demanded, I stamped my little feet, and I put my foot down, and that was the end of it, as far as I remember.
You told me that if I wasn't accepting of the fact that you were going to give somebody an opportunity, then you and I could not be together.
I love you, I do, but God gave me a heart, and that heart says that I have to help. I mean,
but the beauty of that is that you just explained that to me in the beginning, that's what it had to be. However, that being said, that is part of the reason why I started understanding what charity meant even more, is that if you really, really care about putting some skin in a game, and by the way, if you haven't figured out that I am saying something underneath all of this, when we talk about the politics that we're living in right now without talking about the politics, you might be missing it. So maybe I have to be a little blunt here. There are a lot of people talking a good game about what they're doing for charity, but they are not putting true skin in the game.
Right.
I don't want to say any particular groups of people, protesters in Minnesota, but I'm just making it clear that there are a lot of people who talk a good talk but not walk the walk.
It becomes more relevant and you become more willing to do it if and when you've ever ended up in that situation. What I find to be really amusing about these individuals is that they are virtue signaling. They're screaming, I gotta help protect my neighbors. But I don't necessarily see them opening their doors. I don't see them, buying clothing. I don't see them paying for lawyers' fees. I don't see them doing any of the things that these people actually need in order to get what it is that they're claiming to want.
What I want to do in this case is inspire people, as we did with the holiday store in general, because it is always important during the time of giving that we always give. Of course, I get that. You're in the mood to give, and there's an atmosphere of giving. But
it's seasonal for some people.
Yeah, a lot of people it's seasonal. It's like sort of like the high holiday giving.
Right.
But it is not so much that you need to give everything and all. It's just that find a way to contribute. And it doesn't always have to be money. That's another thing I always tell people. It doesn't always have to be money. It can be of your time.
Just time.
And if there's ever a theme about that, I always tell people I can never ever ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do myself. And when we had that debate about this, I kept saying to myself,
this woman's crazy.
No, I realized that all of the gifts that I had been given after I had been homeless, that I was sort of squandering the opportunity to give that back, and I wasn't as receptive to the idea until after you threatened to leave. No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. No, but it gave me an opportunity to sort of think about that in a new way. And believe it or not, what you did in that was to let me know that it was very much important and incumbent upon most of us to find a way to give, because we sort of give in these very simplistic ways.
Topical.
Very topical,
yeah.
Exactly. If I can't give money, what's the sense of it? Or if I can't give my time, what's the sense of it? Another thing that you can always do is to promote that giving by saying, hey, I hear that you're giving.
Food share.
I hear you know about a charity. And that's a good point about Connecticut Food Share and what they're doing. They're aligned with so many people across the state, so many associates who are also giving to people, who are also providing for families who need help and people who need help. They do not discriminate, and neither should we, in a sense. And Connecticut Food Share is an organization that we support. And again, as I said earlier, it's great to be a part of them and allowing us to be a part of that. And Roseanne, I hope that you will learn something from all of this, because you've been so reluctant to be a good steward in that
of
case.
charity. Yeah,
So,
no.
if anything, I'm educating you.
You really are, and
Thank
I thank God for giving me such a generous, loving husband.
On the program later on today, we have got Jason Jakubowski, the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share. He will be here. Greg Dillon, who is the author of the book. I was going to say new book, but it's been a bit, but he's still a good book. He's here from the Thin Blue Line. We'll talk to him about a topical sort of event going on, and that is federal relationship with states. We'll talk to him about that and what's going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and a whole bunch of other things. We've also got, and forgive me for not remembering his name, but you may have heard that the owner of the Trump store, Ken Krajewski, and I know I'm screwing his name up in that pronunciation. He is supposed to be here roughly about 3 p.m. We'll talk to him about the closing of the store here in Vernon as well, and what caused the closing of the store and all that other stuff. Roseanne is here. We'll continue talking to her. We'll even maybe talk to some of you in the crowd. If you want to come by, just come on down to Between Rounds. We are in Vernon on Hartford Turnpike. And you can pick up a bagel certificate for 1 dozen bagel a month for 3 months. And it is at a retail value of $24 today. Originally $48. Your cost today is $24.
The retail value is $48.
Sorry, retail value is $48. Thank you, dear. And the your reduced cost is $24. That's half. That's half.
It is.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate
math.
you. And all the proceeds go to Connecticut Food Share. Come on down and pick up your certificate. I think Jerry's got a slew of them. He's got a lot of them. If you haven't picked one up, come by and at least come support Connecticut Food Share. Oh, I want to say this. I got had a great conversation with a young man who came to showed up at Between Rounds before we started. And he said something interesting to me, and I said, "Oh, do you listen to the show?" And he goes, "Uh-huh." And I said, "Do you like the show?" He goes, "I listen." Which I thought was great.
I love the honesty.
Yeah, he goes, "I listen." And I went, "Wow, that's a great way to answer." And he proved a point that I've been making on the show for the longest. He is on the opposite side ideologically to this program. But he said one thing that I knew was true about this program, is that people listen to just find out what the other side is thinking. And if you remember, for those of you who have listened to the show long enough, I have started the conversation on WTIC by wanting to understand what the other side thinks.
Right.
And no matter what it is, there is always a way to meet in the middle. And times like these here at the Between Rounds in Vernon and dealing with Connecticut Food Share, this is one of those moments where you can come around people who have one goal in mind, and that is helping. I don't think that there is a divide ideologically on that front. And you never know, you could be meeting your best friend, or as I did, my wife, which I'm actually lucky because, with a bunch of prodding and stuff, she ended up voting for Donald Trump later on. So, it's actually not a bad thing. We got a bonus. We got a wife and a Republican. It's kind of difficult to do. We're going to take a break. We'll be back, of course, in the next break. Next talk break is probably nothing. Okay. We want to talk about William Tong. You want to talk about William Tong.
Yes.
We'll talk a little bit about that in his interview with Brian Shackman yesterday morning. I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that because William Tong was addressing the DOJ's lawsuit to get the voter rolls from Connecticut. I'll talk to Roseanne, who's very fired up about that when we return. And, of course, our guest, Jason Jakubowski, is going to be here at about 3 o'clock. Greg Dillon's coming up at 4. And you know what? We also are going to get the owner and operator of Between Rounds, Jerry Puya, on the program. He's always great to talk to. Plus, he feeds us for free. That's all I can say.
He does feed us.
He feeds us for free, which makes him, like I said, he's like family.
I don't think we come here enough. I think we should definitely come more often.
No, honey.
Jerry can't afford to feed us.
That's what I was saying. You may be skinny, but you eat like a like a big girl. We'll take a break. We'll be back. More news, more views. We are live in Vernon at Between Rounds for Connecticut Food Share. Come on by. Reese is here. Roseanne is here. And, of course, you can be here. We'll see you in a bit. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC, NewsTalk 1080.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The following is a paid commercial advertisement.
From the Wall Street Sweeper Money Desk, Russ Hackman is president of Hackman Wealth Partners and author of the book, Wall Street is Not Your Friend. Russ, how can we survive this rocky year that is 2025 with our finances intact?
Dave, it's about having the right plan that's built for a volatile future, one that can stand up to big market shocks, produce consistent cash flow, and maintain your sanity in the years ahead. Give us a call for a second opinion on your plan.
Second opinion, initial review, no cost, no obligation, 860-321-6800, 860-321-6800, 860-321-6800. Russ's book, Wall Street is Not Your Friend, is available on Amazon and at hackmanwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Discussion of safe and secure products and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products and are subject to the claims paying ability of the insurance company.
The Wall Street Sweeper with Russ Hackman, Sunday mornings at 9:30 on WTIC News Talk 1080.
And now, a WTIC News Update.
2:30, good afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. An arrest in a fatal shooting this month in Danbury. Police say 42-year-old David Grulon Jr. is charged. It was January 7th that a shot fired from a Lake Avenue townhouse went through the wall and struck Victor Quispe. He later died. Grulon faces manslaughter and other charges. Senator Richard Blumenthal says he'll sponsor a measure allowing those who accuse federal agents of civil and constitutional rights violations to sue. Currently, local and state law enforcement can be subjects of litigation, not federal authorities. Avon's deputy fire chief has died. The volunteer department is announcing the death of David Therial from occupational cancer. He was a 35-year veteran of the department, beginning as an explorer at the age of 14. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she's confident of her country's eventual transition back to democracy after the U.S. military ousted former President Nicolas Maduro. She didn't give details on her plans to return home or any timetable for elections in Venezuela. West Hartford School forced to close today due to a norovirus outbreak. The district says a high volume of kids at Webster Hill Elementary were either absent or showing symptoms of the stomach bug yesterday. They will clean and disinfect over the weekend. And the New York Mets have signed top free agent Bo Bichette. The Amazons will pay him $126 million over 3 seasons. This after they lost out to Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers the day before. Bichette is expected to be New York's everyday third baseman, but it's a position he's never played before in the majors. WTIC News Time is 2:32. Here's Bob with the forecast.
Wind speeds will be decreasing out there this afternoon, and temperatures will get into the low 30s, which is a nice recovery after the cold morning start we had today. Increase in cloudiness tonight, lows in the 20s. We'll see some areas of snow around from the pre-dawn hours into the day tomorrow, and also some rain probably trying to mix in as well from Hartford south and east as highs get up to about 40 degrees. A dusting to 2 inches of snow is in the cards for late tonight and tomorrow, and there could be as much as 2 to 5 inches over some of the northwestern hills. Partly cloudy Saturday night, lows in the 20s. Mostly cloudy Sunday, a 30% chance for some more snow during the second half of the day, highs in the 30s. Mostly sunny and breezy for Martin Luther King Day, highs in the low 30s Monday, and then it's mostly sunny, breezy, and quite cold Tuesday, highs low to mid-20s. I'm meteorologist Bob Cox in the WTIC Weather Center.
Dow's down 13, NASDAQ's up 7, S&P's up 3. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Hi, Eric Hogarth, Money Wisdom. It's the beginning of 2026, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about, starting with you and the plan and having a great year. Tune in this Saturday at 8:30 right here on TIC News Talk 1080.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Pete Sweeney, Director of Operations at United Tool and Die Company in West Hartford.
He had a serious problem with his managed service provider.
We were paying them approximately $130,000 a year.
So Pete called Tab Computer Systems, an actual service provider.
Tab went through everything with us, provided us with a price that was significantly less.
Call Tab today, 1-888-TAB-4-HELP, 1-888-TAB-4-HELP, or visit tabinc.com. Technology's advancing business. Tab Computer Systems.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hola, amigos! It's a big noise. Brad Evans from BetMGM tonight. Listen Monday through Friday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on Westwood One Sports as we cover the biggest sports stories from coast to coast. Get insights on the NFL playoffs, college basketball conference races, and more. Download the Odyssey app now and listen from anywhere. BetMGM tonight, live and interactive, presented by BetMGM. Tune in, Team Huevos.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax.
1 minute. President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. you're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2, and you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on streaming and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
Fan of WTIC? Then do us a favor. Download the free Odyssey app and favorite WTIC.
Holla Pop Your Collar. We are live in Vernon on location at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike for the Connecticut Food Share. And again, we want to thank them for having us here. I'm looking at myself on camera. By the way, if you want to watch the show with us live here, you can go to ReeseOnTheRadio.com or you can see us on YouTube or on X. Just go to Reese on the Radio so you can watch the show if you can't be here. But we would like you to come down, not just to see us, show some love to the Connecticut Food Share, also show some love to Between Rounds, our proud sponsor, and as we like to call family. They're like brothers, sisters, aunts, cousins, the whole 9 yards, and we want to thank them for having us. And it was their idea, not that I would ever be, wise enough to ask, but they wanted to say, can we do one here? I was like, really? Of course, we'd love to. So it's a pleasure to be here. And they, of course, like all of you, love Roseanne more than they think about me, but that's always the case. Hey, can I ask you a question, Roseanne? I meant to ask you this before. This is an important question. When did you decide you were going to make me a fat person? Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is important because I was looking at myself in the mirror, as I always do, because I'm incredibly vain, and I realized that I used to be skinny until I got with you.
That's not true.
And no, you made me fat.
No.
And how you made me fat is interesting. Like, can I tell you exactly how Roseanne made me fat? Roseanne, she found a sneaky way to make me fat. And what she would do is she would always never finish her meal. And that's the thing. And because I'm a bit of a miser who cannot waste money, Roseanne would buy something on the menu that was incredibly expensive, say like a meal worth $50, $60, and then not finish it. Not finish it and then go, hey, honey, do you want, my burger? Hey, will you finish these 8 slices of pizza I can't finish? And of course, like the glutton that I am, I eat all of it, and then I turn into the behemoth you see. But when you and I got together, I was a reasonable 225 pounds.
You were a 36.
That's right, 36. Today, I sit at somewhere around 204 pounds.
And your 36 have gotten lower and lower and lower. Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you decide you were going to make me a fat person? Because I told you that when I met you, I thought you were too skinny and I was going to make you fat. Why? Why was I going to make you fat?
You like juicier ladies.
I didn't want other men looking at you. That's why.
Oh, I had no idea that was.
But instead, you found a way to make me fat, and you think this is you. You don't like skinny guys.
I don't. I'm not crazy about the 13 months pregnant, but
what? 13 months?
Okay, 11 and a half.
Oh.
Okay. But
wow.
No,
wow. Anyway.
Well, I think you're beautiful. I love you just the way that you are.
Thank you.
And I don't like skinny guys. If I can pick you up and throw you in a fight, then you're not a man. I am.
Okay.
So you have to look like if we're going to run, you're not going to snap off at the ankle. So.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And by the way, I haven't run anywhere.
Yeah, you run your mouth.
Ooh. Ooh, look at you. Clever comeback there, young lady. Tell me what, now this is, because you've done the Avon Farms and Glastonbury. You've done both of those. at Homewood Suites.
Yeah.
This is now your second foray into the live broadcast thing. Plus, of course, you've come into the studio. I know what this stuff is like. What has it been for you so far? Because I've kind of brought you into a world you have not ever experienced once.
Yeah, no. People know my name. People know my face. Like it's.
Turn it closer. Yeah.
Closer.
There you go.
Okay. People know my name. They know my face, and for me, it's like. It's intriguing because there's this part like my Instagram handle is I want to be famous but I'm lazy, right? Because I do want to be famous, but I don't want to do work.
Too long of an Instagram handle.
No, it's not. It's the truth. I want to be famous, but I don't want to do anything that's going to make me famous. Like I'm super lazy, right? Like if I could be famous for sitting on the couch eating Snickers, I would, but that's not a thing. So yet. No, but you.
I thrusted you into this.
Well, you sort of slowly walked me into it, and I remember at the very beginning being very shy and afraid of the microphone, and just over time you've gotten me comfortable just conversing with you, and if other people happen to be listening, well, lucky them. No, I'm just kidding. If other people happen to be listening, then that's great, but for me, it's conversing with you. I'm having a conversation with you. You're my favorite person with whom to have a conversation, and so for me, it's not really a big deal. And then I see these people that know my name, and it really kind of feels like I'm making new friends, and I like having acquaintances and friends, and I never really have to be alone. If I'm ever stranded on the side of the road, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's Roseanne. She needs help. You know what I mean? And so it's nice to kind of have that kind of in the back of my mind.
This doesn't make you nervous at all? Just being in that sort of...
You want to know what did make me nervous?
Please.
When Janine walked in.
When my boss walked in.
I was like, uh-oh.
I felt like, she was like, let's find out what this Reese on the Radio thing is all about.
No, they know Reese on the Radio. For me, it's like, oh, that's what he's bringing in every Friday. Let's see if this is worthwhile. So that's kind of how I felt. But
I will admit, Janine has never given an open opinion about you. Do you want me to broach that right now?
No, absolutely not. I don't want to know what people actually think about me. I want them to lie to my face, make me feel good.
I think, one thing I truly do enjoy, because I think many people have talked about your authenticity and how smart you are. No one tells me enough, to be honest with you, about how smart you are, how well thought out you are. Your opinion is valuable. Even whether they disagree with you or not, they really, really do. And that's why seeing you in this atmosphere is entertaining for me, to be honest, because, I guess when I'm around, it's like I'm not nervous about being in this position, but I'm always concerned about whether or not this is too overwhelming for you.
No, it's there's an element of safety in that people are here for a reason, right? If they're here even to dissent, it's still going to be done in a respectful way as possible. I think people come out into public into a setting like this with the intention of wanting their voice to be heard thoroughly and completely. It's not to come out here and be aggressive and assertive. And because of that, it makes it feel more safe. And when it feels safe, then I can relax and really engage thoughtfully.
Because we're going to, and the reason why I asked is because we're going to do more of this, partnering and being a part of Jerry's family in the way that we are between rounds. We love them. They really support the show.
I love the Puyas.
They really support the show. So anything that they ask, we want to be a part of that. And you being out here and being around everyone who has sort of shown you that love and that respect, and of course running out here to see you. I joke around that I get jealous that they all they all want to see Roseanne. But to be honest with you, it is a reward for me that I introduced you to an audience that really likes you.
Yeah.
And they've proven to me that they are a great group of people to serve. And I think what I do is a public service. So it really, to the way in which they respond to you shows exactly why I love the audience that we have.
Yeah.
Because they immediately, even if they, like I said, even if they disagree, they have shown you the love and the respect that I think you deserve.
Well, I think, I've had this conversation with a few people here already. The problem is that a lot of conservatives are of the mind that we are such a small minority, and that's not the case at all. And I think it's evident in the fact that people continue to come out here to see us.
Yeah.
Is that we are not as small a community as we've been led to believe, or we have been pushed into hiding because it's not popular to be conservative right now. And so the liberals are screaming like a bunch of angry children. And
don't be partisan. We're trying to get them out here too.
Well, we have to come out, and I think that's evident. Look at all of these folks that came out here today, because we are not as small a minority as is believed. So I think that also adds to the great population, the great people that keep coming out here, is they're feeling more and more comfortable allowing their voices to be heard, because we are no longer running around afraid and hiding in the darkness.
Well, that goes without being said. We are here live in Vernon on Hartford Turnpike at Between Rounds, our proud sponsor at WTIC. They've been with us forever. They promote this show. Connecticut Food Share, of course, has an opportunity for you to come down here and help them by feeding yourself. You can come down, pick up a bagel certificate. I've got one right here in my hand. You can come and pick up one. The retail value is $48, but your cost is $24. That's half, right?
Yes, sir.
$24 if you pick it up. That certificate will get you 1 dozen bagels a month for 3 months at the reduced cost of $24. And all proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share, a proud partner of Between Rounds. They have been doing this Becca, the Becca sandwich, that 50 cents of every Becca that's sold goes to the Connecticut Food Share, and that's been incredibly successful. And this is something else that they're trying to do.
I think it's phenomenal that every penny of this goes to the Connecticut Food Share. It's not like these other NGOs where 87 cents out of the dollar goes to overhead, and then you've got 52 cents for the bus, and what I mean. Yeah, I don't know where all the money's going, but you end up being in debt. So 100% of the proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share, which means that more people are going to be fed.
I got to stop you for a second, because a very important individual has just walked into the building,
and he's wearing your hat.
He is. He is the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share.
And the Jets
Jakubowski is here. He showed up for one reason, and one reason alone, ladies and gentlemen. I promised him he was going to get a hug when I saw him, because he is a struggling Jet fan, and we need more hugs. And he's wearing a Jets hat, which shows that the man has pride and no fear, if I may say. Oh, you may not like the Jets, but show him some love.
The president of the Jets fan club.
We wouldn't go that far. He's suffering. That's all it is. Boy, are we suffering. Jason Jakubowski is going to join us in a little bit, so he's here. We'll talk about the Connecticut Food Share, what they're doing here in and around Connecticut. I promise we won't make it political, but we'll still talk to him, and we'll get to everything that they're doing here Between Rounds, their partnership, and so much more. Let me see what sneakers he's wearing over here. I like those. What are those?
I don't know. They're Brooks.
They're Brooks? Oh, I am not
very expensive sneakers.
They are. I know they're very expensive because Jakubowski's wearing them. So I'm just saying, I'm looking at them, but I'm saying I'm not a sneaker geek, but
this is a guy thing. I got nothing.
No, I look at those sneakers and I say to myself, oh, you know what? I can pull off these old man shoes.
It's the same one I buy every year.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't even look at it.
Okay, is it more than $135 for a pair? This conversation has just ended, Jason.
I yelled at by my wife.
Did you, for buying sneakers?
She told me, she's like,
if you think $135 is cheap.
No.
Oh.
Listen.
I would spend $40.
Okay.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
If your wife loves you, she wants to take care of you. She's going to tell you to spend money on your shoes, on your underwear, on your toothpaste. Like, these are things that we care about, because you have to stick around to take care of us, because you made that commitment from the beginning.
Yeah.
You can't expect me to not take care of myself.
Yeah, $135 is cheap, Roland says.
Listen, I bought flip-flops that cost more than that, so.
We're done. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More news, more views. Jason Jakubowski, President and CEO of Connecticut Food Shares here. We'll talk to him in a little bit. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC, live from Vernon at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike. We'll see you in a minute.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by LendSeek.
What to do when you're out to dinner, the time comes to pay the bill, and a person in your party doesn't tip the server.
They only tip let's say 10%.
Restaurant coach Izzy Karish says the standard tip for good service is
20%.
He adds there are ways to deal with bad tippers in your party that are both overt and subtle.
I may end up tipping $10 more just to make sure my server is covered.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
1 minute.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. Reduction you may qualify for. Call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
It's Reese on the Radio on NewsTalk 1080 WTIC.
Hey, we are back and we are live right here in Vernon at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike for the Connecticut Food Share charity, which you can purchase a Between Rounds bagel certificate for 1 dozen bagels a month for 3 months at the reduced cost of $24.
Let's call it the promotional price.
Okay, the promotion
There you
cost
go.
of
Promotional price of $24. It retails at $48, but right now it's on promotion for $24. That gives you 12 bagels a month for 3 months.
Okay, the retail lady just popped out in that whole diatribe. You just completely, whatever that was, the salesman just popped up.
So we can go above and beyond that.
That's right.
So the retail is $48.
Right.
For the donation price of $24, because all the money's going back to food.
Okay.
That's even better.
Your version's better, so what?
By the way, behind the scenes, let me tell you this. These two, Joey and Roseanne, and I say it all the time, these two thickest thieves every time they get around
So
one
if
another.
anyone's watching on the stream, the rogue hand right now, that's
Yes, that's Joey right next to me. We
have too much fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. That's the best part about working at WTIC. I've worked in radio for a long time. This is probably the best experience I've ever had.
Well, Roland and I have our own thing, too.
That's true.
It's the row to row, you know.
Exactly.
You know?
Also, if you were watching the stream live on ReeseOnTheRadio.com or checking it out on YouTube or X, behind us is, what do you call this thing?
It's Din Din.
Okay, but what do you call it?
He's the Lamb of God. He is my emotional support stuffy.
Okay.
But it reminds me that, when I'm having a rough time or I'm not feeling great, that, Jesus is with me.
And you were trying to, you're trying to give some promotion to?
Between Rounds. That's our coffee mugs.
Yep.
But He likes to participate, so he felt left out. I'm giving him some love. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, can you want to tell everybody how Din Din got his name?
You're so mean. We bought Din Din in New Braunfels.
Okay, in
at
Texas.
a Christmas store in I don't know, June or something.
Yeah, we bought it in the summer, did.
And I asked you to name him, and you said, I don't even that stupid thing. You know what he looks like? He looks like dinner. I'm going to call him Din Din. He looks delicious. And I didn't like the name at first, but it stuck.
It stuck.
His name is Din Din.
Din Din is his name forever. And you have no idea that every time you say it, I really get mad. I feel like kicking myself because now the name is stuck.
So if you guys are out and you see us and you see Din Din, there he is.
And it's funny because every time you carry your emotional
support stuffy.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. When you carry it, everyone always asks about it. And it turns out everyone you meet who asks you about it apparently has their own emotional support stuffy of sorts.
Absolutely. And listen, everybody needs something.
Okay.
It's tough out there.
Is that what they call like a wubby?
Yes. Well, the whoopee is the military version of an emotional support.
I didn't even know that came from the military.
So we have a blanket. It's called a poncho liner.
Okay.
The poncho, your rain poncho is what you wear when it's raining and it's cold. You have the liner, and you've seen mine. It's the camouflage one.
Yeah.
Okay. That goes inside of the poncho, and it's called a whoopee. And do you know why it's called a whoopee?
No.
Because without it, you whoopee cold. I know.
I'm so finished with you right now. Just completely done even having this conversation with you. So all around us, of course, we have a studio audience here. Plenty of listeners have shown up. Some of them, of course, are going to be on the air. We're really, really grateful. I didn't expect it to be this crowded. As I said yesterday, I was like, we'd be stunned if 7 people showed up.
I was going to say, all 7 of our fans are going to show up. And
we've got a considerable crowd of people who have shown up, and we will be here for, I guess, the next 3 hours. We got a lot of time to go, a lot of stuff to get into. Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to have Jason Jakubowski, who's the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share. We'll talk about this partnership with between rounds and how that's going and how you can always participate with the Connecticut Food Share and what they're doing and those relationships. Can I do one thing? I've got a minute if I can, Roland. I met a guy who's a listener of the show. His name is Russ. And Russ makes cigar box cigars.
No, guitars.
Oh, yeah. So, what did I say?
Cigars.
Cigar box guitars. Yeah, wow. Try to say that 3 times fast. He makes cigar box guitars. And he is on Etsy. And if you are into Etsy or you know anything about that, it's called Crossroads Blues Boxes on Etsy. But the only reason why I'm telling you, and again, like I said, I don't do the whole, endorsement thing unless it's cool. He showed me the pictures of these things. He makes guitars not just out of cigar boxes, Joey. He makes them out of everything. He showed me a guitar made out of a Volkswagen hubcap. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen.
So depending on the year, I might need that.
That's what it was insane, and it doesn't matter what it is, and they're all guitars. He turned a violin case into a guitar.
I feel bad now for my pen that I made. I just made a pen.
I made a pen once in woodworking.
I got a bunch of them.
Did you make that?
This one's one of mine.
Are you kidding me?
Nice.
Thank you. No, I meant thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Sorry, I usually don't. This is like the worst. If there was ever a kleptomaniac, this would be my vice. Let's get to the top of the hour news. I'm done talking. John Silva's in the newsroom. It's Reese on Radio. We'll be back right after this.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the Radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
3 o'clock, 31 degrees in Hartford, where we'll have a mix of clouds and sun, we'll call it, for the rest of the afternoon. All the forecast details coming up. Federal and local lawmakers have been holding a hearing in Minneapolis where there's been no let-up in anti-ICE demonstrations. This, despite the threat of more federal force. Keith Ellison is the state's attorney general.
The Insurrection Act, please know that we do not need federal authorities to help us maintain order. We need them to stop doing things. That is what is needed in this situation, and that is what we're demanding in our lawsuit.
Senator Richard Blumenthal says he's appalled by the violence in Minnesota, and is seeking bipartisan support for his proposed bill to allow civil suits against ICE. WTIC's Dave Mager has that from Hartford.
Blumenthal is calling on Senate Republicans to support his new bill.
I know it will require Republicans to grow some backbone.
The new law would allow individuals to sue federal agents and their bosses. He says many Republicans privately share his dismay with ICE tactics in Minnesota, but voting for the bill would mean they'd be standing up to the president in public.
Because it's the president who has created a lot of this lawlessness, and ICE must be held accountable.
The senator rejects the White House notion that ICE agents hold absolute criminal immunity, but he says unless his bill becomes law, there's no statute allowing for lawsuits against them. In Hartford, Dave Mager, WTIC 1080 News.
Danbury police have made an arrest in a fatal shooting from earlier this month. They say 42-year-old David Grulon Jr. turned himself in on Thursday. He'd been wanted in the January 7th death of Victor Quispe. Detectives say a shot was fired from a Lake Avenue townhouse that went through a wall, wound up hitting Quispe, who later died. Grulon left the scene before police showed up. He's now facing a host of charges, including manslaughter and criminal possession of a firearm, bond set at $1 million. President Trump making a tariff threat as he zeroes in on obtaining Greenland.
So I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security, so I may do that.
European nations have sent some troops to Greenland as a show of support for Denmark. The Avon Volunteer Fire Department's mourning the loss of one of its own. The department says Deputy Chief David Theriault died Thursday from what it says was occupational cancer. Theriault was a member of the department for 35 years, starting as an explorer at the age of 14. No word yet on arrangements. Deputy Chief Theriault was 48 years old. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado spoke this morning following a historic meeting with President Trump at the White House. She says Venezuela is ready to move back toward democracy. More from correspondent Natalie Brand.
Independently verified vote counts in Venezuela's 2024 presidential election showed that Machado's party won by a significant margin, even though Maduro claimed victory.
The White House press secretary on Thursday said President Trump is still committed to seeing a transition to democracy in Venezuela and hopefully elections, but she did not give an updated timeline. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
WTIC News time is 3:04. From the WTIC 24-hour traffic network, we're wrapping up road work soon in Manchester on 384 West between exits 4 and 1B. Looks like delays are beginning to build in the Hartford area on 84 East between exits 44 and 31. Also, some volume to report along the 95 corridor. Southbound side, this is in Fairfield between exits 22 and exit 18. And we're also looking at some road work wrapping up over in Colchester on Route 2 West between exits 23 and 20. It should be out there until about 3:30 in the right lane. We do have a crash, late one reported in Cromwell. It's Route 9 southbound between 31 and 30. Right lane is out due to a crash there. Let's check the WTIC Weather Center forecast.
Tonight, we're falling to a low of 25, but the clouds will be on the increase, and we're going to have a little bit of snow towards dawn. The overnight hours provide little to no accumulation, but tomorrow morning, the periods of snow will mix in with some rain. Snow should accumulate to a coating to an inch around our area, which is enough to make roads and sidewalks slippery. So expect some travel disruptions. A high.
You still doing the news?
Tomorrow night is cloudy, a little bit of clearing possible late as we reach a low of 29. Sunday becomes cloudy again with some flurries for the afternoon. We are keeping an eye on a coastal storm that is set to
John Silver.
Please stay offshore, but depending on the track of the coastal storm, if it ventures any further west, that would up our chances of snow as we head into Sunday night. Overall, though, Sunday again, just a few flurries and a high near 38. Monday, mostly sunny to start off the work week and breezy in the afternoon with a high of 33. And Tuesday, mostly sunny and colder, a high of 22. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
Dow's down 19 points. NASDAQ's up 19 points. S&P is up 6. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Wisdom teeth giving you trouble? Columbia Dental's expert oral surgeons specialize in comfortable and efficient wisdom tooth removal. Open 7 days a week. Call 860-645-0111 or visit columbiadental.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Hi, this is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner from Money Wisdom. 1 in 3 retirees wish they'd started saving sooner. Don't leave your future to chance. Stay informed on the latest financial issues that could impact your retirement, from taxes to rising healthcare costs. Be sure to tune into Money Wisdom Saturdays at 8:30 on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Johnson Brunetti is a marketing name for the businesses of JB Capital and JN Financial. Investment advisory services offered through JB Capital, LLC. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I'm here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us,
1 minute,
make positive changes in our lives. This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call Northeast Men's Health today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you. It can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at Northeast Men's Health will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-930-5956. That's 800-930-5956. Or go to northeastmenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the Northeast to serve you. Northeast Men's Health, a Promedic restorative health practice.
Reese on the radio, making sense of the news. Yeah, even when it makes no sense at all. Now on WTIC News Talk 1080.
We are back and we are live at the Between Rounds in Vernon on Hartford Turnpike, hanging out with the folks at Connecticut Food Share, doing the work, feeding families who are in need. And although no real introduction is needed because you're everywhere and you are promoting the Connecticut Food Share, I want to thank you for actually coming down and being a part. They told me you weren't going to come.
No, I was traveling the last couple of days. I was in Chicago. It was snowing there and everything, and so I knew I could at least call in. But this is much better.
I thought it would
rather be here in person. I wore my Jets hat.
Man, you came up. Well, thank you for doing that.
It's not an easy existence. It's a difficult existence.
I told Meg to see if she could stop you, to see if you could grab the little helmet that's sitting on your shelf, just so I can see it. But you didn't. Jason Jakubowski, the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share, is here. And it's so funny because you and I have sort of crossed paths in so many weird ways with the people that I'm involved with. People always mention your name to me from the moment I got at WTIC. Never really got the chance.
That could be scary. You never know which one.
No, but if
it's Steve Parker, don't believe a thing Steve Parker says about me.
No, he was not.
Steve and I have been friends a long time.
Right. In fact, you brag a lot about going on his show, having never been on mine. I'm not going to take it personally.
I'm here. I'm sitting right here.
I know. Jason, so your relationship with Between Rounds.
Yeah.
You have so many other relationships that are absolutely awesome,
yep.
Of course, with the state of Connecticut. But your relationship with Between Rounds and the Puya family, what has that been like, and what brought that on?
It's incredible because I was just talking to them, and I was telling them, places of business have a choice in terms of who they can support. And there are so many wonderful charities out there. We all know that. So many wonderful. And I asked them, I said, why us? Why would you choose us? And they said they wanted to give back. They wanted to give back to the community. Obviously, they're interested in food. Their business is food. Yeah. Their business is feeding people. And they recognize that, there's 600 pantries we serve across the state of Connecticut, but it's let's go straight to the mothership. Let's go straight to Connecticut Food Share. And having them support us in this way is very helpful. I mean, not only does it provide funds for us, every dollar that we raise can help provide 2 meals for people across the state of Connecticut, but it's ongoing. A lot of places will do these 1 week promotions, 1 day promotions, things like that. They're going all the time here, and I can't tell you. I was telling them, do you know how many people have come up to me and said, "Oh, I tried the Becca sandwich. I tried the Becca sandwich. I tried the Becca sandwich." I was like, "Oh, I know what you're talking about. There you go. That's good." Yeah. Between rounds, that's great stuff. So, the other thing I was telling them is, 95% of our funding comes from the private sector, does not come from government.
Wow.
I worked for a place that was 85% government funded, and you live and die by whatever government does, and you don't want to be in that situation. So 95% of our funding comes from individuals, corporations, small businesses, and philanthropic organizations here in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
We only can do as much as what the people of Connecticut want us to do. If the people of Connecticut aren't generous, if the people of Connecticut don't support us, we just can't do what we do. And the reason we've been so successful is because of places like Between Rounds and because of people like all of the folks gathered here today that just want to donate to us.
Isn't it so? It was so wild to me because I guess the introduction to the audience was Reese On The Radio is going to be down at Between Rounds. And look, if you want to pick up a certificate to get, half off, for the 3 months of bagels. Immediately people walked in, and the first thing they said was, "Hey, I've got some cash. I'd like to donate immediately."
We will take that, by the way. We will take that. I mean, we're very practical. We will take that. You could also go to ctfoodshare.org if you want to donate online. But that's really what Connecticut is about.
Right.
We saw that during the pandemic. We saw that during the government shutdown when TSA agents up at Bradley Airport, needed food for their. The people of Connecticut always come.
They do.
They come up to the plate, and we never would have. Somebody said to me, they're like, "Well, you never raised more money than you did during COVID." Absolutely true. We also never spent more money because everything was at a standstill.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the average folks in Connecticut donating to us, I don't know what we would have done. We would have closed. I mean, we would have closed.
Because we don't really talk politics when we're doing charity stuff. But do you mind if I delve just slightly?
Slightly. Well, we're keep in mind, we're a nonprofit. So
I know that. I'm not going to ask you who you're endorsing.
Okay. We don't endorse anybody.
I know. I'm not going to ask you
that. Look at that. Somebody's meg 10. Look at that. Fantastic. We'll take that.
This young man will take it.
I'll take it. I'm going to hand it right over to Meg. Is what I'm going to do. Well, Meg is more secure than I am.
Let me ask you a question that we brought up a couple of months ago that I addressed with you the last time you were on the show. Was that we found out that your website for ConnecticutFoodShare.org, ctfoodshare.org, had a link where people can purchase the Connecticut license plate with a pizza.
The pizza plate.
Slice.
Yes.
Have we resolved the pizza slice thing? Let me give them some background.
For
those of you who remember, the pizza slice thing was the state of Connecticut could get you not a personalized license plate, but a pizza license plate. And in order to order one, you would go to ctfoodshare.org, click on the link, and then you would get the license. And we were under the impression that Connecticut Food Share was getting proceeds from this, to only research it and find out you were not. Has that been remedied yet?
It hasn't been remedied yet, but we're hoping that in the next legislative session, the legislature will legislate the plate so that we are able to get funds from it. Because we are doing all the administrative work for it.
Oh, you really?
I mean, well, no, we're not making the plates. I don't want you thinking I got some plates.
What, are you running out of prison?
I got some plates in my trunk. But
let me make sure I'm getting this correctly. An organization that may or may not have been affiliated with government utilized your name, evoked your name, made people believe that there was some sort of benefit.
No. We were very upfront with people, and when people do come to download the application, I mean, many people do make a private donation.
Do they really?
They do.
So as long as it's been beneficial.
But there's like 100 license plates in Connecticut, and 99% of them are not necessarily fundraising. They're more for raising awareness. So
Okay.
I will, but look, our name's on every license plate. So
it
definitely increases awareness for us here at Connecticut Food Share. But we'd like to be one of those, like the UConn Alumni Association, where when you get the license plate, we do get $5 or $10.
Right. Yeah, and
we're working on that.
Okay,
we're
good.
We're
As long
definitely
as
working on that.
Do you need a sponsor for said legislation?
We're definitely we've got plenty. We have bipartisan. We've got people on both sides of the aisle that are very supportive.
Is there anybody
of us,
you need me to squeeze? Is what I'm
squeeze. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. But
I can bully people.
But it's good to know. It's good to know we got you in our corner.
For me, when I found out about it, I was absolutely going to promote it.
Yeah.
That was my whole deal. But then someone it's like, by the way, this is
we want to be like UConn. That's what we want to be like that. So
that's good.
We're working on it.
What are some other things with Connecticut Food Share that people do not know? I mean, it's.
I think people don't get two things that always. First of all, they don't know. I don't think they know how big we are. But we have 600 pantries across the state of Connecticut. Wow. We have 120 staff members, 6,700 volunteers.
Wow.
It's the equivalent of 23 full-time staff members, which is great. And when I always tell people, you could take $1, you go to the grocery store, you could buy a can of soup for that $1. You give us $1, we can buy 20 cans of soup because we're buying by the truckload. That's our value proposition to donors is you're better off giving to us because we're buying in bulk that we can do more with that $1. We're always trying to make that $1 go farther. So I think one of the things is just how big we are. The other thing is, and we see this all the time, people look at Connecticut and they immediately assume Greenwich. They immediately assume everybody's got a yacht. They immediately assume everybody is well off. And there is a tremendous amount of wealth in the state of Connecticut. That's a fact.
Without a doubt.
There's also a tremendous amount of poverty. Sometimes even within the same town, you go and use the capital city of Hartford. There are multi-million-dollar mansions in the city of Hartford. There are also some of the poorest zip codes in the entire United States in the city of Hartford. Even in a town like Greenwich, neighbor-to-neighbor food pantry, we supply them with the majority of their food. There's about 1,000 people every single month who go to neighbor in Greenwich, the richest town in the richest state in the richest country in the world. So Connecticut really is this juxtaposition. There is wealth, but there's also a lot of working families that are just trying to make ends meet.
But with that wealth, I will say, and it's not so much of a critique as it is a call to action. With that wealth, it's very important that those folks be able to donate. But I want to go back to your first point.
Yep.
Because the first point you made was that $1 that would buy you a can of soup, you said for you, that $1 would go to 20 cans.
Yeah.
That's the important angle there to note, or for people to know, is that's why it doesn't matter how little or how much you donate.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because a lot of people,
100%. Yes.
and I've said this over and over again, like people are saying, well, I don't have that much money to give.
Yep.
And I'm like, do you have $5? And somebody will say, what do $5 do? Imagine knowing that now.
We have people that give us $1 a year. We have people that give us $100 a year. We have people that give us $100,000 a year. It's across the board, and every bit of it is appreciative because we have, like you said, I mean, that $1, it's not just $1. It's 20 cans of soup. It's the same as you lugging in 20 cans of soup. So think about it in those terms. No amount is too small. We appreciate every donation that we get.
Yeah, I think that I've said this
donation.
I've said this for years that, in any charitable giving, people have always looked at the large scale, not understanding that the little bit you can do, it's like change in your pocket.
Absolutely.
Is sitting around doing nothing or being useless can be helpful.
We see that like at Thanksgiving time. We get a lot of that at Thanksgiving time when we're outside grocery stores and doing. Even here today, nobody's coming in. I don't think nobody's coming here with a $100,000 check.
Right.
We still got time. But, $5 here, $10 here, $20 here, that stuff adds up.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So we're talking a lot about the food itself, but you said 600 pantries across the state of Connecticut.
Yeah.
One thing that I think a lot of people overlook is the ability to transport. Wow.
Right.
Is to transport all of those goods to these different places. So my question is actually twofold: is how do you actually do that? Your drivers volunteered, things like that, and how are you seeing with the donations? How does that work financially with getting that money disseminated accordingly. So not only are you buying the product for the staff, for the people that need it, but
you make a great point. I should probably put you on payroll here because you're making a key point. One of the things that people often talk about is, we want to give you money to buy food. We want to give you money to buy food. We want to give you money to buy food. I get it. That's the sexy piece of what we're doing, and people are like, I just want my money to go to food. Acquiring the food is only 50% of the issue. The other 50% is storing the food in our freezers, our refrigerators, our massive warehouse, and then getting the food out to people. That requires us to hire a driver with a commercial driver's license. That requires us to spend money on diesel fuel. So I think I appreciate you asking the question, because sometimes in a very narrow way, people are always like, well, I want to give you money to buy food. That's very much appreciated. But we need money to not only buy food, how do we get food to people? We live in a country in which there's enough food to feed everybody. The issue is always, how does the food get to people?
That's a good point.
How do we get the food out to people? So we have 20 trucks. We have 20 truck drivers. We go all over the state of Connecticut. We have 113 different mobile truck sites where we're distributing food. We also have big tractor-trailer trucks that go out to grocery stores and pick up donations and deliver to the local pantries. You've probably seen our trucks out there in the community. Those drivers are all CDLs. They're all certified. They all have to take tests. They all have to take certifications. We have, like I said, a staff of 120. We have a massive warehouse in Wallingford, and our electric bills is we definitely spend our money on electricity because we have enormous cooler and refrigerator space.
There's something about that. By the way, we're here, if you're just tuning in, with Jason Jakubowski, the president and CEO of Connecticut Food Share. He's our guest, and of course we're live at Between Rounds in Vernon on Hartford Turnpike, and they have a partnership here. If you'd like to contribute, you can come here, or you can pick up a bagel certificate, which is at the cost of $24. The what are we calling it?
Promotional price.
The promotional price of $24. All proceeds go to Connecticut Food Share. Pick up a bagel certificate as soon as you possibly can. You said something about refrigeration, Jason, that I thought was interesting. Roseanne and I went to the grand opening of Friendly Hands Food Bank.
Wonder. They're good. They're one of our. They are. Friendly Hands is probably our largest distributor in Northwest Connecticut. A part of the state that it's very hard to get food out to. So we couldn't do what we do without Friendly Hands.
An interesting thing came up when we were there. Roseanne helped out. She volunteered a little bit with stacking groceries and things like that for the folks in need. We both noticed something that was weird, and I don't know if you can, maybe this may be below your pay grade to answer this question, because it's kind of on the ground level. It's not to say you're out of touch.
Outside the scope.
But it might be outside the scope of what you do. What Roseanne noticed, that at the food share, the most perishable items like fruits and vegetables were not picked up. Are you guys running through that issue? Because we noticed that at regular
produce just does not move.
You mean that people weren't taking it?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
We definitely don't have that issue.
Really?
If you go to one of our mobile sites, if you go to one of our mobile trucks anywhere, produce is always the first thing to go. Produce and frozen meat. Those are the two.
I can imagine.
Those are the two most in-demand products that we have. Interestingly, they're also the two hardest to deal with because produce has to be frozen, has to maintain be refrigerated, and meat has to be frozen. If we get produce or if we get meat, that always is.
It's got to go first.
It flies. It always flies.
Oh, so, okay, because we thought that was interesting.
That's interesting.
I mean, in that day,
maybe it was just that day. But in general, meat and produce are the two things that dairy. If we get milk donated to us, that'll fly off the shelves too.
No, the only reason why is because I think what sort of was sort of like a joiner in our concern about produce was that when we were in San Antonio, we were at a large HEB. I'm not sure you're familiar with them. We were at HEB, and we were talking to the guy working in produce. And one of the biggest concerns is that they say that people don't have a lot of healthy options in the inner city. Yeah. We saw all of this produce, and nothing was.
We lived in virtually a food desert. It took us 20 minutes to get to the nearest grocery store.
Yeah.
But when you get there, the produce section had been, and the gentleman had told us it had been reduced in size because people didn't want fresh produce. They were going for the highly processed sugars.
No, but that's you saying what you said about it moving is hopeful because. That's a concern that many people have.
That's why we started our mobile truck program about 15, 20 years ago for exactly the reason you said, is that particularly in very urban areas and very rural areas, they're both food deserts for two different reasons.
Yeah.
And the purpose of the trucks, they're refrigerated trucks. We bring them. That's the way that we get fresh produce out to people there. So that's the number one reason that we have those. That we have those
I'm
trucks.
glad. To be honest with you, that sets my mind at ease because I was wondering, like, as many people talk about health issues, or
I have come to our warehouse. You could do some sort. You can look at the sortation. All we do is it's sorting produce 99% of the time. 99% of the time. It goes, and anything that is not consumable by a human, we donate to the pig farmers. So it goes back in. So I mean, sometimes things are fuzzy or things like that, and we'll donate to the local pig farmers who. Pigs will eat almost anything.
What about pets? Pet food, cat litter, things like that. I know it's crazy, but
no. It's not crazy. Most of our pantries have pet food. We're licensed by the state. Our job is to collect food for humans, but we will often get pet food donated to us by a lot of the grocery stores. When we get it donated to us, we give it to our local pantries. So we don't go out of our way raising money for pet food, but when it gets donated to us, we absolutely give it to the local pantries. Almost all of our 600 local pantries do something regarding pet food. Almost all of them, you probably find diapers, feminine products. Sometimes they'll be able to get
those things are expensive.
Baby formula. So those aren't like our bailiwick, but when they get donated to us, we absolutely turn them around.
That is great.
Wonderful.
Jason Jakubowski, thank you so much. I
Great to be
appreciate
here.
you, sir.
Great to
Always
be
a
here.
pleasure. I have to take a picture of your sneakers because
you want them.
I want those sneakers.
You want? They're good. They're very comfortable.
They look like they're walkers.
They are. I wear these all the time.
do they come in Velcro?
I don't. No, they definitely don't.
I'm
come
just
in
saying we're getting to that point where
I'm not there yet. Not there yet. I'm still tying my shoes. Jason, thank you so much. Man.
Absolutely,
I appreciate you coming by. We'll take
Thank
a break.
you.
We'll come back. More news, more views. We got more guests, and of course, we're hanging out here live in Vernon at the Between Rounds supporting Connecticut Food Share. Make sure you go to ctfoodshare.org, make a donation, or come down here and buy a bagel certificate. There's more with me, Roseanne, and plenty of others when we return. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC NewsTalk 1080.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 860-440-PAIN. That's 860-440-PAIN. 860-440-PAIN.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
And now, a WTIC news update.
31 degrees at 3:30. I'm John Silva. Man sought in a fatal shooting in Danbury has turned himself in. Police say 42-year-old David Grulon Jr. is charged. It was January 7th when a shot fired from a townhouse on Lake Avenue struck and killed Victor Quispe. in a neighboring townhouse. Grulon faces manslaughter and other charges. Connecticut's senior U.S. Senator is proposing allowing federal law enforcement agencies to be sued by those who claim their civil and constitutional rights are violated. Senator Richard Blumenthal says his measure would allow such cases to be heard in civil court. Presently, local law enforcement can be sued, but not federal officials. West Hartford School, it's a 4-day weekend, not the way they would want it, though. School officials decided to go ahead and close Webster Hill Elementary today due to an outbreak of norovirus. They'll spend the weekend cleaning and disinfecting. Already been a busy flu season here in Connecticut, over 21,000 cases statewide. Flooding hospitals, according to the Department of Public Health, but the CDC says things have sort of tamped down for a week, but doctors say don't let your guard down. Bipartisan delegation of U.S. lawmakers in Greenland for talks with Danish and Greenlandic officials. The trip comes as President Trump threatens to impose tariffs on countries that oppose his stance on controlling Greenland.
To essentially assure alliances that there is this group in Congress willing to hold the line here and hopefully, in their view, kind of send a message.
That is correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns reporting. WTIC News Time is coming up on 3:32. Let's check the forecast.
Tonight we fall to a low of 25 with some clouds increasing. As we head towards dawn, there'll be a little bit of snow, but little to no accumulation through the overnight hours. Tomorrow morning, though, we're starting off with periods of snow, which will mix in with rain at times, and that'll lead to accumulations of a coating to an inch. Snow can make roads, sidewalks slippery, so do watch for travel disruptions as we reach a high near 40. Sunday, it's cloudy with some flurries in the afternoon and a high of 38. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
All right, on Wall Street, the Dow is down 97 points. NASDAQ's up a fraction, and the S&P's down a point. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Looking for the best ways to prepare for retirement this year? Then be sure to tune in to Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and at newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Hyundai is going to use robots to help build its vehicles. The South Korean company unveiled the Atlas robot, developed by Hyundai-owned Boston Dynamics, which it says is designed to handle hazardous and repetitive tasks in manufacturing and other settings. Hyundai says it plans to start producing 30,000 Atlas robots a year in 2028, when the robot will be first deployed to the company's factory in Alabama. I'm Jason Brooks.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
January through March are the months our weather can change in a snap. 45 degrees one day, 10 the next. Can you depend on your car to start? Don Cusson here. Your battery can fail in extreme weather. So Cusson Automotive and Napa have a deal on batteries with an earn back bonus on quality Legend batteries. With any vehicle service, we will test your charging system and battery for free. If your battery fails the test, we will replace it with no additional labor cost. Plus, you'll receive a $20 Visa card, so don't get stuck in the cold. Call or go to CussonAutomotive.com.
Cusson Automotive. Hooray. Cusson. Hooray.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question.
1 minute.
That you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-823-5544. That's 800-823-5544.
Here we go.
800-823-5544.
Listen to WTIC News Talk 1080 on the free Odyssey app. Download and like WTIC today for alerts on special programming.
Back, it's Reese on the Radio. We again are live in Vernon at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike, celebrating the good folks at Connecticut Food Share. Jason Jabakowski just left. Did he? Yeah, it looks like he left. He is out of here, but of course, if you want to make a donation, please do at ctfoodshare.org. You can contribute there, or you can pick up a bagel certificate, one dozen bagels a month for 3 months at the promotional cost of $24. All proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share. The man to my right here is a guy who got a lot of news and attention last summer because he had the audacity to open up a Trump for New England store here in Vernon, and he is our guest. I tried to get him on back in August, but I couldn't get you at least in the studio. Could I get you on the phone for a little while? I got you on the phone. On the phone. Move your microphone up a little bit so everybody can hear you.
To your mouth.
Ken Krajewski is here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Thanks
for having me.
Is it a somber weekend? Because what are you closing down this weekend?
Yes, we're closing down, doing a big rally and a big gathering with food and refreshments and all customers and people we've been dealing with for years.
So it's, are you happy that it's closing, or this sounds like it sounds like a little somber to some degree?
It's something that started out temporary 10 years ago. Around 2015 when Trump first started to run.
Yeah.
And with so many customers and people and wanting more and more and more, it turned out it's 10 years and it's that time to move on with other things.
Okay. Is there another venture in this realm, or do you think it'll just be something like this but just another atmosphere, if you will?
I'm not sure. The rallies and other things all around Connecticut and New England are going to continue.
Right.
But I was doing it for my 3 friends that own they own 22 stores, and now we're down to 2. So I work Homeland Security, so I'm doing that full time plus running around for the store. So I'll get a little break.
So this is kind of taxing if you think about it.
A little bit.
Yeah. But it's going to be, I would presume this weekend it's going to be huge. There's so many people who you're expecting to come by. I know that you're in contact with a couple of candidates and, of course, a couple of people who are in office who are going to come
Yes.
down and show some love and show some support.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what's happening this weekend. Is the last day on Saturday or Sunday?
The last day is going to be Monday, but
Monday,
the rally and the gathering is going to be Saturday. I'll be there from 9 to 6, but the food and everything is going to be 12 to 3, and we're going to probably have Jonathan DeBarros, who's going to be running for District 5, probably Matt Corey for Lieutenant Governor.
Okay.
We put in for Aaron Stewart, but we're still waiting on that, and there's other people that always just pop up.
Yeah, well, I actually spoke to Erin on Monday. When I heard about it, I told her in the studio about the closing. I think I told her that you folks were trying to reach out to her camp about that. Roseanne and I are actually going to come by. We're going to, of course, want to show our support and some love. Is there anything aside from the candidates and elected officials? Anything? Is there going to be like a sale?
Oh, there's going to be free flags for everybody, and there's going to be 2-for-1 sales on pretty much everything in the store, and we're going to have lots of coffee and hot chocolate and some good food for everybody.
Oh, food! I did hear there.
My brother's making cookies and some meatballs. He's right over there.
Oh, okay.
And we'll have pizza and other things.
So somebody's not cooking lunch tomorrow. Look at that.
All I know is those are like my favorite things: coffee, hot chocolate, and food. I'm there.
Absolutely. Nice. Well, I didn't even know the extent of this store. I know there were a lot of stores. I just didn't know that you guys had consolidated them. Is there going to be a moment where at a point where there are no more stores, or is it the whole thing run its course?
I believe this, with my closing, there's just going to be one in Bellingham, which is probably going to be the main base for all the mail order stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Well, I just wanted to make sure that we showed you some love and that we told everybody to come on by, come hang out. We'll be there, of course. As
Thank you.
Said, DeBarros is going to be there. Matt Corey, who, by the way, a lot of people love Matt Corey.
Yes.
It can't wait for him to run again. There's a lot of support local support for him. So, in fact, it'll be my first time meeting him. He's been on the show, but I haven't had a chance to shake his hand. So I'll make sure that I'm by there. In fact, I'll talk to you later if you know exactly what time he's going to be there.
All right.
So to make sure that we're there. So, what is the time for this weekend?
It will be from 12 to 3.
Okay, so 12 to 3. That's
that'll be the meet and greet and the food and everything. But the store will be open for the sales, for real special sales, from 9 to 6.
Okay. Nothing we can bid on by any chance. No, I'm kidding. Just wondering.
Not yet.
I would imagine that would be the case.
Although a lot of people have tried to buy my Marine Corps flag and a number of other things that I want to use for future rallies and things. But
what sort of Army gear you got?
We have a ton of first responders that come in. People think it's just Trump things. We have things for dogs. We have first responder stuff. Fire department comes in. We have police things, and we have all the branches of the military hats and shirts and flags.
So give everybody the address so they know where it is. I know this has been promoted over and over again.
Yeah, it's 154 Talketville Road, Vernon, Connecticut.
We can't wait to get by there to sort of wish you a farewell. I hope that.
Thank you.
It's sad. I think it's sad. Well, a lot of people, when I told them, they were sad that it's closing down.
It is, but I will see a lot of the people. I see the customers, all the stores that I go to, and I'll see them at future rallies and campaign offices.
You are probably the most reserved person I've ever met in my entire life.
It's a Marine thing.
Oh, is that what it? I knew it. I felt.
I don't know. I knew a lot of Marines in my youth. Those guys are.
Occasionally, we have people come in this store and yell at me.
Yeah.
Just
anybody
profanity.
Crayons?
I just smile at them and say, "Have a nice day."
Yeah, stoicism, man.
Yeah.
It works.
Should I bring you a box of crayons tomorrow?
Absolutely. I always can use more.
That is an Army thing, and I don't want any parts of that with you and the Marines.
It's all good.
It's all love.
Yeah,
it's all love.
I know what it is. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for coming by. And we'll see you there tomorrow. We'll show some love. We'll spend some money down there.
Thank you.
Give the address one more time so everybody knows.
154 Talketville Road, Vernon, Connecticut.
In Vernon. So come on by, show some love. Matt Corey will be there. Also, Jonathan DeBarros as well, who's running for, against Johanna Hayes in the 5th District. I'm assuming they'll be giving speeches and sort of rallying up the crowd.
We hope so, yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We got. Wait a minute. Oh, that's Monday. I was just thinking something. I got a memo the other day that I don't want to make. I want to make sure that I remember for Monday. Roseanne, so far we've had Jason Jakubowski. We've now had Ken Krajewski. Normally I don't have you asking questions, not
Right.
because you can't. So
I normally just kind of keep quiet. I think you have a flow that you like, that you're going, a direction you're going in. And occasionally, my brain will be like, oh, what about this? And so,
can you tell everybody how eager you are to always ask questions?
I want to talk all the time. I want to talk all the time. All the time.
Roseanne really makes a stickler about
Yeah,
that. She
tell
wants
me
to
I'm
so
pretty
much
and
stuff.
tell me I'm smart.
She always wants to ask a question, and I guess I kind of shut you down, but I'm working it in. So, because I know you have some interesting questions that I may have missed. Like you just reminded me to make sure that I get the address out of the Trump store so that people can come down there. I have no idea why I forgot. But that's okay.
That's why we work.
I'm not going to say the reason why. I'm just going to point in the general direction of the reason why. I'm almost.
You're a little bit
sweating.
nervous.
I don't know why.
That's so cute. Look at you.
She hired me not to be nervous, but she is making me nervous nonetheless.
You're so cute.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. Were you ever like this when the boss is around?
I don't think I ever had the luxury of being like that.
The luxury.
Just go. Just do what you got to do.
Oh, no, I'm doing what I have
That's
to
all.
do.
There's nothing to worry about.
Joey also has the benefit of being behind the scenes. So
yeah, that's true.
The worst thing Joey can do is like.
You know what it is?
No, I've broadcasted with her there before.
Let me tell you what it's like. When I'm around the audience, it's the audience, right? Mm-hmm. But then you're around your boss and you're saying to yourself, let me see if I can juggle 9 knives. So like trying something new in front of just like, I just want to see exactly how good I am at my job.
I think it's like looking at your feet while you're walking up the stairs.
Okay.
You're fine until you go, gee, which foot next? And you kick the step in front of you. I think that's the problem is you're looking at your feet. Stop looking at your feet. Just be Reese.
No, it's okay. I don't want to make her uncomfortable because now it's going to make it.
I think Janine is a lot stronger than you're giving her credit for.
Well, I know. See, she's just
Look,
giving me the
she'll
glare.
give you the look.
She's giving me the glare.
See what I mean?
You
don't got to worry about offending Janine. She will. Don't leave.
Stop,
don't leave. I like having you here. It's fun for me to see him kind of sweating.
No, you have no idea. You don't really realize what you need in your career until it happens. And having you here is like really making me conscious of like what's going on. It's like, that's weird. You don't express that all the time on exactly what you're doing or how you're doing it. And this is one of those opportunities where I almost get to self-critique, weirdly enough. But I'm having fun doing it while sweating profusely. Can we turn down the temperature in this place? So, and I'm a very open and honest guy. That's one of my biggest flaws is that I wear my heart on my sleeve sometimes. That's my biggest character.
I found it to be absolutely adorable.
Do you?
Yeah. Especially the first time you tried to ask me out.
That's right.
It's very cute.
Coming up very soon, and I know he's around here somewhere. There he is. Greg Dillon, the author of The Thin Blue Lie, will be here. We'll talk to him a little bit about politics because, of course, the story of the day that everyone and anyone is talking about is the relationship with federal agents as, with local police. And lately there has been a lot of conversation as it pertains to Mayor Frey in Minneapolis.
That guy.
And he made a weird comment in a presser where he was talking about how the constituents are asking the police to get involved against the federal agents. And I kind of want to talk to him about it, get a temperature on that. As someone who's worked in the field, I said something on the air a couple of days ago that I believe that no matter whether or not they're local police or federal police, that there's a
camaraderie.
Camaraderie, yes.
I know just from like the interaction I just had right with the military, Marine, Army. We bump heads and we give each other guff. That's what we're supposed to do, right? That's my brother. I can talk crap.
Right.
You better not, right?
Exactly.
And that's how I've always seen law enforcement interact. Is they may not necessarily agree with, the rationale or the reasoning, but the simple fact is my brother in arms is in danger or in a precarious situation. It is my responsibility, it's my duty. I feel it in my soul to go and protect and help my brother, whether I like this or not.
So we'll talk to him in the next hour to sort of get a feel on that. Also, we'll remind people, of course, about his book, The Thin Blue Lie, which is, again, I think it's in paperback now, right? It is on paperback now, and an ebook. We want people buying the hard copy.
And if they come down and ask for an autograph, you've got some. Yeah, he's got some that he can autograph for you.
So
and
come
I think
on
it's a
down.
good idea.
We are live in Vernon on Hartford Turnpike at the Between Rounds, supporting the Connecticut Food Share, where you can pick up a coupon, a certificate for 1 dozen bagels a month for 3 months at the promotional cost
price
of $24. Retail value at $48. You can pick up one for $24.
And don't forget to pick up a couple of bagels and a Becca while you're here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's Reese on the Radio, Roseanne on the radio, right here live. It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our
Brooks.
There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
I'm Ed Evans.
1 minute.
No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC, and we're coming out swinging with UFC 324.
Oh, what a shot!
And 325 on back-to-back weekends. The new era is here.
It's time!
Every fight.
Bam! Let's go!
One subscription.
Yeah, 10. Goodness!
Pay-per-view just got knocked out.
Let's go!
Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events this month, only on Paramount Plus.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Hey, we are back. It is Reese on the Radio, Roseanne on the radio. Something weird has already happened to our screen here. I have no idea what it is. Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that. Anyway, I have to fix it now. Anyway, we are live. We are at the Between Rounds in Vernon. I already forgot where I was, and English language was not helpful to me at all, and I'm trying to fix that. And here it is. I don't have the web camera. It is not working, so I'm going to have to I got to go there. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Anyway, we're here. We're live, and you can join us here live if you wish to by showing up at the Vernon location of Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike. We're going to be here for another 2.5 hours hanging out. You can meet the lovely Roseanne because you know that's all you care about. You could possibly meet Joey because, you know, you care about that as well. And, you know, if you feel like it, you can come and say hi to me. But I'm just as nice, right? I'm known to be somewhat nice, right?
You are so pretty. I love you.
Also, come by, support the Connecticut Food Share, support Between Rounds. They are a proud sponsor. We love them. Jerry Puya is going to be on the show very soon. We'll talk to him, and we'll talk about everything that isn't related to bagels, because he's not here for that. No, I'm kidding. We'll talk about his business. His brother is here. His son is here. There are generations of Between Rounds.
Mrs. Puya is
Oh, that's
here.
right. Mrs. Puya is here.
I'm waiting for the daughter to get here.
The queen.
She's
the
on her way.
queen
Love it.
Of Between Rounds, and the princess of Between Rounds is on her way. So the Puya's here, and they're good friends of ours. Is that who I think it is, standing over there? Is that who I think it is? I know who. No, John. I was going to call him John Gambino. That's not John Gambino. Hey, John. Hey, John. Hey, what's up, Gambino? Hey, how you doing? Hey, look at it. Huh? You just come in here after picking up some stuff off a truck. That's right. Hey, that's what you're here for. Hey, that's why you fall down, you got to pick it up.
Hi,
and you got to sell it for twice the price. John is here.
It's the American way, right?
Exactly. You know, when I was a kid, John, everybody I knew in my neighborhood was Italian. And my Italian name, because everybody gets one in my neighborhood, was Vinnie Cariglione. Because it was hard to spell.
And it's not what I would have given you, but, yeah.
That was my name, Vinnie Cariglione. I'm from the Bronx. Nice. You used to live in Staten Island, right?
No, Franklin Avenue.
Oh, that's right, Franklin Avenue. He's a Hartford kid. He's a Hartford kid. Hartford kid, yeah. See, people always say, it's like, I thought, you know, the reason why I bring that up, every person who's met me, usually women, say, oh, it's finally I get the face with the voice. You're black. And I go, yes. I'm like, what did you think I was? She goes, I'll admit, I thought you were a short, fat Italian guy. And I go, whoa, you couldn't be more wrong. Couldn't be more wrong. So I'm used to it. Yeah, I got a little, wow. I said I have a little Sicilian in you. It's called the square slice, by the way.
Well,
That's so you know.
You guys have no idea how hard I'm biting my tongue right now.
Yes, I know. There's a lot.
It's painful.
Oh. By the way, if you do want to find out what Roseanne wanted to say on the air the other day, ask her about it. I'll tell you exactly what it was. I actually had to curb her tongue.
You do.
On the air.
I keep saying it, and I don't think people believe it. Reese is the nice one.
Yeah.
He really is. He's the nice one.
So mean.
Yeah.
We got to get our first check of weather and traffic. The guy who is there getting us through it. He's playing the Godfather theme. It's none other than our good friend, Mark the Shark. Christopher, he's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, anything fall off a truck out there, Mark?
How you doing? Everything must go. Loaded on the truck. We got to get out of here quick. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, south of 91 delays 34 down to 32 A and B. Slowing again 19 down to 17 for the Wilbur Cross Parkway. Northbound 91 bunching up 23 up to exit 25, 26 in Weathersfield. Then you move well. Hartford up into Windsor. Westbound 84 tied up approaching the Bulkley Bridge in East Hartford out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound delays 44 Prospect Oakwood down to the Bulkley Bridge. 291 through 84 okay to the river. If you are traveling into Middletown, a little slow down as you approach the Aragoni Bridge. Westbound 84 Waterbury tied up 25A to the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound Waterbury's tight by 18. Northbound Parkway, you're looking at delays now from exit 42A up to exit 46 in Hamden. In New Haven and southbound Parkway, you've got delays coming down by the West Rock Tunnel. South 95 slowing 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, the clouds increase as we reach a low of 25. Towards dawn, there'll be a little bit of snow, but little to no accumulation through the overnight hours. However, tomorrow morning, the periods of snow continue with some rain mixing in at times. Snow accumulations around a coating to an inch, which will make roads and sidewalks slippery, causing travel disruptions, a high near 40. Sunday closes our weekend cloudy with some flurries in the afternoon, a high of 38. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
There's a lot happening in Washington and in your local neighborhood. Follow WTIC News Talk 1080 on the Odyssey app to keep up with the latest. This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. This has been one of the nastiest flu seasons in recent memory. In Connecticut, 22,000 cases have resulted in about 1,800 hospitalizations and 41 deaths. Dr. Scott Roberts, an infectious disease specialist at Yale New Haven Hospital, says there are signs the virus is beginning to abate somewhat.
There's been a really significant flu wave that really peaked around the holidays. And fortunately, we're starting to see some signs that it's abating by a number of metrics. So that is good news, but we have a long way to go.
Roberts says there are still several months of flu season to get through. He says it's still not too late to get a flu shot if you haven't yet. Also advises keeping work in other areas clean, wash hands frequently, and if you are sick, stay home so as not to infect others. Arrest made in a fatal shooting from earlier this month in Danbury. Police say David Grulon turned himself in on Thursday. Grulon was wanted on January 7th for the death of Victor Quispe. Detectives say a shot fired from a Lake Avenue townhouse went through a wall and struck Quispe. Grulon left the scene. He was named as a suspect a few days later. Now faces a host of charges, including manslaughter. Bond was set at $1 million. Senator Richard Blumenthal says some Senate Republicans share his dismay in the ICE tactics used in Minneapolis. So he's hopeful that his new bill allowing individuals to sue federal law enforcement agents and their bosses can be passed.
And the very top of the agency's leadership should be held accountable. They're responsible for the failures in training, the lack of protocols, the recruitment policy that solicit and enlist people who are totally unqualified.
Vice President Vance claims the federal agents have absolute immunity against criminal prosecution. Blumenthal says that's not true, but says there is currently no statute allowing them to be sued for rights violations. He says his bill would change that. CIA Director John Ratcliffe has met with Venezuela's interim leader in Caracas. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she's ready to lead at the right time.
The only thing I want to assure the Venezuelan people is that Venezuela is going to be free, and that's going to be achieved with the support of the people of the United States and the President, Donald Trump.
Now, one West Hartford school got a 4-day weekend, but not the way they'd like it. The district decided a high volume of students at Webster Hill Elementary were absent or showing symptoms of norovirus, so they decided to shut things down today. Given how quickly the virus can spread, they made the call to close to disinfect the building. President Trump making a tariff threat as he zeroes in on obtaining Greenland.
They put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security, so I may do that.
The European nations have sent some troops to Greenland as a show of support for Denmark. Wall Street, the Dow down 83 points, NASDAQ down 14, S&P down 4. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Why choose? 1 minute. Because they're the only ones that give you the price up front. The other guys don't. The other guys install roofs, siding, windows, and doors. Affordable Bass installs bathrooms, just bathrooms, and they use Kohler fixtures. The other guys don't. Affordable Bass has a showroom that you can see, feel, and touch what you're buying. With the other guys, you'll never see your salesperson after you sign the deal. At Affordable Bass, they're with you every step of the way. So the question is not why would you buy from Affordable Bass, it's when will you work with Affordable Bass. Keep it affordable at AffordableBass.com.
Champions are defined not by moments of glory, but by what they put in to get there. On the court, UConn's A.Z. Fudd, Caroline Ducharme, Morgan Shelley, and Sarah Williams show what it takes. And here in Connecticut, BPS Lawyers brings that same commitment in the courtroom.
National champions on the court, local champions in the courtroom. Different arenas, same pursuit of excellence.
One full-service firm, all your legal needs, always.
BPS Lawyers.
Here we go.
Visit bpslawyers.com.
It's Reese on the radio. And don't say we didn't warn you on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
is hidden.
We are back. We are live. Reese on the radio. Roseanne on the radio.
There we go.
And Joey's arm and his shoulder, I might add, is here at the Vernon location of Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike. Greg Dillon, the author of The Thin Blue Lie, will be on the program momentarily. And we'll talk to him about, I guess, in essence, sort of what's happening in Minnesota, about the great divide, if any, between local police and federal police officers, his relationship as it pertains to that and what the norm used to be before we've sort of come to the place where we are today. We'll talk to him about that to try to keep it current, but nonetheless, we still want you to come by and show some love to Between Rounds and the Connecticut Food Share by purchasing a bagel certificate, a dozen bagels a month for 3 months at the promotional price
there you go.
Of $24. And all proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share. So show your love there. If you can't do that, go online to ctfoodshare.org. Make a donation there if you can. And we've got plenty of things that you can do to help out those in need. And again, you don't need, this organization or that organization to do it. It's always a good time to participate. A lot of people have shown up, a lot of folks who are, if not in the chat room, but who listen to the show. And we thank all of you for showing up and showing both of us the love that you have and the support you have. I'm always mystified. I want to go into something real quick that, I talk about him all the time, even at home. Rush Limbaugh said years before, just about 2 years before he passed, he was talking about how talking on the radio, you don't know whether or not one person is listening or millions. And you have to give this sort of perception that there are millions of people listening to you no matter what. And that is a weird place to be in your own head. I know that you say that all the time. I've been
totally doing it wrong because in my mind, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And
I think that's a good thing. That's not wrong. I think that's great. Because
I think I would be overwhelmed if I had to think about more than just you listening to me.
Let me say this before we get to Mark Christopher. I remember the first time you had ever seen a book. And you were talking, I was telling you about how many
books.
No, I meant the book as it pertains to radio. And the first thing you said was, how many people are listening to us?
Oh, my gosh.
I told you, Roseanne was like, that many people are listening? And I'm like, yes, they are. And she was like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And
I've read before. I've seen lots of books.
The immediate, when you look at yourself.
I can read, I promise.
That's not what I was saying. Oh, way to make it different.
I can read.
Yes, thank you for making it
No, but yeah,
difficult.
it really was kind of strange because in my mind it's me and you. And then
yeah. And then when you have to deal with the fact
there
that
were
there
like
are people.
12 people listening to us. It's crazy.
Let's get another check of traffic and weather. Mark Christopher, he's getting you home. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you. If you're a southbound 91 coming into Hartford, delays 34 down at 32 A and B. And again, you're going to see some slow traffic as you move down into Meriden. Looks like we have an accident just prior to exit 19 on the Middletown Meriden line between, it looks like it's between 20 and 19, so look for a little bit of a delay there. If you're northbound 91, you're bunched up 22 up to exit 25, 26 in Wethersfield for the Putnam Bridge. After that, a good ride into Hartford. Westbound 84 is a little tight on the Bulkley Bridge at 47 Sigourney, 84 eastbound, losing speed now, 44 Prospect Oakwood down into the tunnel. 291 384 OK, 2 westbound, moving well, Glastonbury and East Hartford. 9 northbound's a little slow at the Arcony Bridge. Westbound 84 Waterbury, some tight traffic, 25 A up to 25, again 22 to the Mixmaster, 84 eastbound and Waterbury slowing by 18. Northbound Parkway, you're going to see delays now from exit 42A in Orange up to the West Rock Tunnel. Traffic and weather together on the 8 WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight we reach a low of 25, but the clouds will be increasing on us, and we get a bit of snow towards dawn with little to no accumulation. However, if we do see anything on sidewalks or untreated surfaces, no, it could be a little slippery in spots. Tomorrow, there'll be some snow starting off the day with rain mixing in. We will see a coating to an inch, and there will be, of course, more chances for travel disruptions as that snow does accumulate in a few locations, high near 40. Tomorrow night, cloudy, then maybe some clearing late. As we reach a low of 29, we will see the clouds increase on Sunday. Some flurries possible in the afternoon. Most of this storm system, though, that's going to be bringing snow to the region will stay largely offshore. So we should be just dealing with a few flurries Sunday afternoon, a high near 38. Monday, mostly sunny, breezy with a high of 33. And Tuesday, mostly sunny and colder, a high of just 22. Right now it's 30 in Bristol, 31 in Manchester, and 31 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
For quality vinyl siding, the Peter L. Brown Company is your best choice. It's winter, and we need to keep our crews busy, so ask us about our winter specials. Please visit peterlbrown.com for roofing, siding, windows, and doors.
I needed a refresh in my home. I needed to zhuzh up my dull gray walls, and I knew just who to call. Serta Pro Painters. They gave me free estimates, reliable communication, and professional painting, all at the right price. They left my home spotless, and they even helped me pick out a color that I love. I also love each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated. So if your home needs a zhuzh too, schedule your free estimate online today at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose Serta Pro Painters.
My name is Whitney Allen.
1 minute.
We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month. Late freedom, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
Hey folks, we are back, and again we are live. Vernon, Connecticut at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike. Come on by, buy a bagel, get a Becca. Support Connecticut Food Share. Pick up a bagel certificate, 1 dozen bagels a month for 3 months for the promotional price of $24. Regularly $48. You can pick it up for $24, and all proceeds will go to the Connecticut Food Share. Well, you have to correct me enough times until I get it right.
I know, I did good.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
I did good.
Whatever. Anyway, we're back. To my right is my good friend, my buddy. And let me tell you something, folks. I thought this guy, I said, he looks like a high school basketball coach. Still does. But here's the crazy part, Mr. Greg Dillon. You told me something the other night when I went to go see you that is still flooring me, and in a little way makes me a little jealous and angry of you. Tell everybody, because they look at you right now. I want you to online, if you are at reasoontheradio.com, or you on YouTube, or you on X, and you are watching Greg Dillon, the author of this wonderful book, The Thin Blue Lie. Tell everybody how young of a man that you are, Greg Dillon.
I turned 69 in October.
I know, right? And they say black don't crack.
Exactly. Greg, from the moment that I met you in 2024, right? I think it was when we first talked to each other. It was the day after the election. We first time seeing each other. We had talked plenty of times.
Yes.
You had been on the show plenty of times. I looked at you and I said, looks like a young basketball coach, a high school basketball coach. At that moment, I thought you were roughly around my own age because you look so damn good, and you're about to be 70.
Yeah, thank you so much, Reese. I appreciate it. I've been following you when you were living in Virginia, and you were doing the fill-ins for Todd Feinberg and Tom Shattuck, and I used to listen just to see if you would be doing the fill-in for that week.
Really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So you have been following me since the beginning. I knew you were a smart guy and good looking. Greg, you got this wonderful book out, and one of the reasons why I love this book was because you were a guy sort of fighting the system, a guy trying to not only regain his reputation, but to fight back against what can only be described as a monster of an organization, and being the man doing that on your own, of course, with attorneys and whatnot. But, there's the old saying of you can't fight City Hall. You went through that and came out on the other side, and you wrote this book, The Thin Blue Lie, An Honest Cop versus the FBI, which is the crazy part is it kind of talks about that divide between a guy and the system.
Yeah.
What has that experience been like since coming out on the other side? Does it have you not trust the system as much, or do you take that as just one system or one incident in the grand scheme?
Sadly, when I went into law enforcement, I think I had maybe an unrealistic, naive opinion of how things worked. And sadly, the experience left me a bit cynical and quite skeptical at times.
Wow.
Because not only was there wrongdoing that I discovered, but after reporting it, I became the bad guy. And even then, it was never followed up on with any genuine interest in trying to get to the bottom of things.
Right.
It was always seemed to be the whitewash was more important than trying to figure out what had happened. So that left me with a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, but I have nothing but utmost respect for all the agencies that I worked with, and that's at the federal level, the state level, and the local level.
Yeah, it didn't taint your view of the system because you were dealing with individuals.
Yes,
and you
absolutely.
saw it as such.
Yes.
And that's the important part about why you're here. And I told you this when we first started having you on the show, that you are going to be my go-to guy in situations like we're seeing now across the country, not everywhere, but it's been magnified to a great deal, what's going on in Minnesota, also some places like California, Portland, Oregon.
Yep.
We had the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, sort of almost suggesting that the citizens are asking police officers to go up against federal agents. Having been the guy, because you've been on both sides, if I'm correct here, right? You've been
federal, state, and local.
Yeah, federal, state, and local. Tell me, because I, being naive in all of this, have always believed that brethren is what I think it is, absolutely unbreakable, because you're all in law enforcement. Am I wrong to suggest that?
No, you're not wrong. And in fact, I have people that are telling me that there are officers in Minnesota that are resigning in order to join ICE or apply for positions within ICE. Yes.
So, because I'll tell you like this, and I've seen this stuff that's been happening out there, and the one thing that I've noticed is when they were angry about the shooting of Renee Good, of course they were screaming at ICE agents, and it was sort of like everybody was painted with a broad brush. As the police officers got there to investigate what went on, they immediately drew the ire of the protesters, which again, I know the protesters do not see a divide, in that law enforcement. And that's what I was just wondering what that's like. Have you ever been in a situation where you and federal officers, or you as a federal officer and state officers, where you kind of have to look at each other and sort of say, don't worry, we're all in this together, we've got your back?
It's I remember years and years ago when I was first on the police department, the Ku Klux Klan was a presence in Connecticut.
Wow.
And we were called up through mutual aid more than once for rallies, and our position was we have to protect them even though we don't care for them, and we also have to keep them from the protesters. And you're always navigating these awkward situations where regardless of your personal feelings, you're there to do a certain job, and in the military a certain mission, and you just do it. And I'm sure a lot of the Minnesota law enforcement is conflicted because they align themselves with the federal agents, but they're also being ordered to basically not cooperate with them at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's going to be an internal conflict going on there, and I'm sure they're very, very anxious over it.
How does that work as far as morale is concerned when you experience something like that? Do you feel like you're not like? Do you feel like I wish I could do more? I wish I wasn't so. In essence, I didn't have something keeping me from that, like that, because in essence, you answer to the local authorities. Well, when I say local, you're dealing with the local government there. Sorry, thank you, honey. Yeah. The local government there, so you have to do that. What is that frustration like? Is that what sort of causes what you said in Minnesota or Minneapolis, where people are saying, that's it, I can't do this, and this is...
Yeah, there's an internal conflict, I'm sure, that's going on within a lot of these officers' hearts that are unhappy with the role that they're being forced to take. They're being, it's almost like a divorce. Do you want to live with the mother or you want to live with the father?
Wow. Yeah, and I was thinking that too.
It's sort of same kind of a thing where they don't want to have to make that decision. They would prefer to just do their job and support, the federal agents like they thought they probably were going to be doing. But sadly, the mayor has a very political agenda, and if you don't have a very strong independent police chief, his directive is going to be, this is how it's going to go, whether you like it or not. And I'm sure most of them probably don't like it.
Yeah. We're here with Greg Dillon, the author of the book Thin Blue Lie, An Honest Cop versus the FBI. He's telling us a little bit about the sort of internal struggle that is with local enforcement and federal law enforcement. Did you want to jump in?
Yeah, I wanted to say one of the things that we talked about a lot in the military, where you see the esprit de corps becoming a really big problem, is toxic leadership, right? It's not your platoon sergeant, it's not your team leader, it's not even your company commander, it's coming from above.
Yes.
And even your company commander is saying, this is ridiculous. I signed up, I raised my hand, there are things that I have a mission. And when you have a leader who's above and outside and just playing politics, that's when your troopies start to really lose morale. That's when we really start to have more conflict. That's when you start seeing the most crazy things that people will not attribute. Alcohol problems, addiction. You'll start to see depression, anxiety. You're going to start to see all sorts of things. The department itself is going to start struggling to maintain bodies because of the toxic leadership, and that's a huge problem.
Do you find it odd that the Minneapolis police chief has not shown any fortitude to push back on the mayor? I know it'll cost him his job.
Exactly.
But we've all talked about, if something was, wrong in the leadership that you're there, usually you resign. But ethically, I think that this individual, I watched the video, I'm sure you have, you're very active on social media, that when Jacob Frey made this comment about citizens asking for the police to step in against ICE, the police chief's eyes widened, like he was like, whoa, whoa.
That was an involuntary reflex.
Yeah, it was, and it was like, can you imagine what you're asking me to do? You're asking, in essence, my police officers to do. I almost feel like in a situation like that, I've got to pull the mayor aside and go, don't you ever do that in public again. Even give the idea that I'm supposed to talk to my police officers and tell them that we are now up against the federal government and other, people who share that badge or wear that badge.
Yeah.
What would, if you were in that position, Greg, what would you do as a chief?
I feel it's such an awkward question because here's someone I'm sure who's invested his entire adult life to get to this point in life.
Exactly.
You don't know what his situation is financially as far as counting on that pension, if it's going to jeopardize his retirement, his opportunities for, I don't know about advancement, but to go to another agency. But I mean, I would have admired him greatly if he had just excused himself and walked off the podium at that point.
Right.
Because the mayor crossed a line at that point that is uncrossable.
Yeah.
And I think it's important too to understand that a lot of these politicians don't understand is that it is against the law. Like, it is a violation of federal law for state and local municipalities to engage in discord with federal law enforcement. It could be considered an armed insurrection, and that's where you would see the activation of a troop sent into an area. Cops don't want to fight cops.
Yeah,
I don't care if you're in a small, little farm town, it's you and two other guys versus the feds. You don't want to fight your brother because when you need them, you need them.
Roseanne, more than fighting them, I mean, I've seen departments send officers across town lines to support another department in the event of a crisis or an emergency.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's called mutual aid officially, but unofficially, if you're aware that there is an officer in distress in the neighboring town, or say for the state police on the highway, you just went. You didn't think about it. Exactly.
It was, it's the right thing to do.
It was reflective, and that's what you did. And unfortunately, they should be out there. Supporting, actively supporting the ICE agents at this point, because it's only increasing the level of violence.
Sure, it's untenable at this point.
Exactly. You're making the situation worse by trying to stay away from it.
Right, and it's like you said, mom and dad are fighting. The kids are going crazy. They're just running amok.
Right. They're traumatized because the parents can't get along, and that's what's going on here.
You're very active online with a lot of people who are in law enforcement, and I've always asked you this every time you're on. If there was a sentiment on what do you think is going to happen, at least in Minnesota, do you think that this is resolved in any meaningful way? There will, like police officers, if they're asked to sort of cross that line as we're discussing here, that officers will indeed say, no, it's a bridge too far?
I'm not really sure, but I mean, I think the other question is, are we getting close to the Insurrection Act?
Yeah.
Because they're setting up a scenario where you're almost being forced to go to that next level.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do your job as a local police officer, and ICE agents are now being endangered more than normal, then the next step is, well, then we're going to have to bring in the military to support them.
Yeah. Greg Dillon is here. Please go pick up his book online. You can pick it up at thinblueliebook.com. thinblueliebook.com. Make sure you pick up his book. He's got to buy another yacht, and it's I'm teasing.
Believe it or not, Reese has actually read this book, and he doesn't read.
Yeah, he's made that clear, and I'm always flattered by the fact that he has.
That's because I'm a supporter. You can't bring me every book, but you give me a book like this. I mean, not going to lie, this book was just so, and you know what, I'll tell you this, folks. You guys all know the story of Serpico. There is not a chapter dedicated, but he is featured in this book.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So if you know that story, please pick up the book. That's why it's important. Greg, I call you pretty much my FBI guy, so you always come in to sort of, when we have these things, it's funny because there is no shortage of information we need about these things.
Yep.
So we appreciate, man. Of course, we'll always welcome you back.
Always great seeing you,
Thank
Reese.
You, man. I
Thank
love
you so
Greg
much.
Dillon. Please support his book, support my friend. We appreciate you. Also, support our other friends, and that's Connecticut Food Share. And, of course, between rounds, we're here live. We are in Vernon on Hartford Turnpike. Come by, buy a bagel, buy a dozen bagels. You can buy 3 by purchasing the certificate. It is 1 dozen bagels a month for 3 months at the promotional price of $24. And all proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share. She trained me well. I am a trained seal. God bless her. We'll be back. It's Reese on the Radio. Mark Christopher is getting you home. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you very much. So if you're heading on the southbound side of I-91, look for delays from 34 in Hartford down to 32 A and B, and then you're going to run into an accident 91 southbound between exit 20 and 19. That's on the Middletown Meriden line. Look for at least 1 lane to be out there. Delays are pushing back toward exit 20, actually approaching 20 now, Country Club Road in Middletown. Northbound 91, you've got sluggish traffic approaching 24 up to 25-26 in Wethersfield. Westbound side of 84 slows approaching the Bulkley Bridge to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound locked up 44 Prospect Oakwood to the Bulkley Bridge. 2 westbound slowing 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. If you are heading toward Waterbury, westbound 84 some tight traffic 26 up to 25 again at the Mixmaster. 84 eastbound some slow traffic approaching 18. Look out for an accident there. Southbound Parkway delays 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, we're falling to a low of 25, but the clouds will be on the increase, and we're going to have a little bit of snow towards dawn. The overnight hours provide little to no accumulation, but tomorrow morning, the periods of snow will mix in with some rain. Snow should accumulate to a coating to an inch around our area, which is enough to make roads and sidewalks slippery, so expect some travel disruptions, a high near 40. Tomorrow night is cloudy, a little bit of clearing possible late as we reach a low of 29. Sunday becomes cloudy again with some flurries for the afternoon. We are keeping an eye on a coastal storm that is set to largely stay offshore, but depending on the track of the coastal storm, if it ventures any further west, that would up our chances of snow as we head into Sunday night. Overall, though, Sunday again, just a few flurries and a high near 38. Monday, mostly sunny to start off the work week and breezy in the afternoon with a high of 33. And Tuesday, mostly sunny and colder, a high of 22. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
This is an important public service announcement for our listeners. Reese on the Radio is also a podcast. You can find us anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Catch the full episode, listen by individual hour, or jump straight to the highlights. Just open up your favorite podcast app, search Reese on the Radio, and hit the follow button so you can get every minute of the show your way and on your time. And now, a WTIC news update.
It's 4:30, 29 degrees in Hartford. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. An arrest has been made in a fatal shooting this month in Danbury. Police say 42-year-old David Grulon Jr. is charged. It was January 7th that a shot fired from a Lake Avenue townhouse went through the wall and struck Victor Quispe. He later died. Grulon faces murder and other charges. Senator Richard Blumenthal says he will sponsor a measure allowing those who accuse federal agents of civil and constitutional rights violations to sue. Currently, local and state law enforcement can be subjects of litigation, but not federal authorities. Avon's deputy fire chief has died. The volunteer department is announcing the death of David Theriault from occupational cancer. He was a 35-year veteran of the department, beginning as an explorer at the age of 14. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she's confident in her country's eventual transition to democracy after the U.S. military ousted former President Nicolas Maduro. She didn't give details on her plans to return home or any timetable for elections in Venezuela. West Hartford School was forced to close today due to a norovirus outbreak. The district says a high volume of students at Webster Hill Elementary were either absent or showing symptoms of stomach bug yesterday. They'll clean and disinfect over the weekend. And the New York Mets have signed one of the top free agents in baseball, Bo Bichette, former Toronto Blue Jay. The Amazons will pay him $126 million over 3 seasons. This after they lost out to Kyle Tucker to the Dodgers the day before. Bichette is expected to be New York's everyday third baseman. Wall Street today, modest activity. The Dow lost 83 points, the NASDAQ was down 14, and the S&P gave back 4. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases. And in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. 1 minute. Afraid to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834.
30 seconds.
TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax.
Here we go.
Real solutions for real people.
Stay locked in. Reese on the Radio is on WTIC News Talk 1080.
We're back. It's Reese on the Radio. We are live. We are in Vernon, Connecticut, at Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike. Come on by. We're going to be here for at least another hour and a half. If you are good-looking, very attractive, and happen to be in law enforcement, please do not come here ever when my wife is around. I want to give a shout-out to Officer Middleton of Stafford for coming over here, making my wife all queasy.
How you doing?
I got a picture of him now that I have to bring home so she can look at it when I'm not looking. He is a good-looking. You know who he is?
I want to talk to him because I want to get him on with Brian.
Oh, you really do? Okay.
Yeah.
I have his number.
We can't get him on Reese on the Radio.
He
It's
called
fine.
him to Matt earlier this morning and said he was going to come out. I
Did
didn't
he?
recognize him. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
I'm sorry,
okay.
bro.
Stop showing everybody his
I'm sorry.
picture.
And he can
I was
cook.
just the whole flyer.
Yes, I get it. You thought he was attractive.
And he cooks.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
You know what Reese cooks?
Mac and cheese?
Burnt bacon
like
and
the
eggs.
easy Mac, though. Not
Burnt
like
bacon
What
and
are you
eggs.
talking about? I made you French toast
7
Sundays
minutes.
ago.
Put coffee in the microwave for 7 minutes one time.
Does he
7
burn
minutes.
the bacon or does he burn the eggs or is it equal opportunity?
Okay. Did you enjoy
The View? I did.
Did you enjoy? No, we're not talking about Middleton. We're talking
sorry.
about did you enjoy the French toast that I made you
It
a
was
Sunday
yummy.
ago?
Yes, it was very yummy.
It was great.
At least you didn't say, well, it looked good.
No, she enjoyed it. She ate all of it. She took forever to finish it, but she still
Wait
ate
a minute.
it.
I didn't. Hold on. Let's tell the truth. Why did it seem like it took me forever to finish it?
Because there was only one plate clean, and I needed it.
He didn't want to wash the dishes. He did not want to wash
She
another
had the
dish.
only plate that was clean.
The only clean plate.
I just wanted her plate so I could put my
So he's
French toast on it.
rushing me through my French toast so that he could eat. Very rude.
So much.
So all I'm hearing is you should have bought some paper plates, Reese. Last time you were at the store.
No, we're not allowed to buy paper plates.
Too many chemicals.
Yes, too many chemicals. Everything's got chemicals. The oxygen has chemicals.
You just need to do more dishes.
Yes.
I concur.
My sneakers have chemicals. Apparently, there's chemicals everywhere, and they drive
We're all made
keep
from
it up, you're
molecules and chemicals.
You're going to have chemicals on the way home. Keep it up.
I'm assuming this
I'm
is
going
going
to
to be
chemical you on the way home.
this is going to be verbal lashing.
Verbal chemical.
Yeah. Okay, so you found him attractive.
Absolutely. You know I have a type.
Yes, you do have a type. In fact, other than the fact that he's darker than I am, the look is the same.
The beard is great.
The beard.
Yeah.
Right, the bald head.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is your type. If I look at a woman sideways.
You're not allowed.
We're not. No.
Listen, if it wasn't for double standards, I wouldn't have any. So I know who I am. I know who I am. So, you're welcome.
Okay, so as I make it clear again, attractive law enforcement individual. Oh, if you're in the military either, you're not allowed. Sorry, you just can't. Can you bring the fugly-looking people in law enforcement to have them come by? We'll still show you some love, but you can't be attractive. And I know right now, having said that, there's a guy sitting up there, on my way, Roseanne. On my way. I'll be there in 15 minutes. They got the sirens going and everything. You're too much.
If you bring a dog,
Oh,
bets are
forget
off.
about it.
Bring me a canine. All bets are off.
I'll say so. We need a state trooper in uniform with a canine.
Absolutely. Let me ask you-
Reese is going to give up at that
Is
point.
our sponsor BPS Lawyers do divorces by any chance?
No,
Just
no.
to make sure.
There's no divorce allowed. We've discussed that.
Oh, yeah,
now.
okay, sure enough.
No.
Speaking of, let's get to Mark Christopher. He's getting you home. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, I don't know what that lead-in was, but you guys are laughing, so it's all good. If you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91 delays approaching 33 down to 32 A and B. If you are traveling southbound 91, look for an accident on the Middletown Meriden line, 91 south between 20 and 19. and look for at least one lane to be out there. Delays are approaching 20 Country Club Road behind that. If you're traveling northbound 91, a little slow down by 25-26 in Wethersfield. Westbound 84 slows East Hartford approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound, you've got delays 44 Prospect Oakwood down to the Bulkley Bridge. 2 westbound slows 1D up to the 84 West merge. 9 north and southbound a little tight at the Aragoni Bridge. Heading into Waterbury, westbound 84 slowing in Cheshire, 26 up to 25 in Waterbury. 84 eastbound's a little tight by exit 18 in Waterbury. And if you're traveling south 95 on the in New Haven, you've got delays 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Northbound Parkway, you're slowing approaching 46 into the West Rock Tunnel in New Haven. And this traffic report is being brought to you by Columbia Implant Center in Manchester. Traffic moves slow, but your transformation shouldn't. Columbia Implant Center provides full dental implants in just one visit. Open 7 days a week in Manchester to fit your busy life. Get your smile back today at ColumbiaImplantCenter.com. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, headed down to a low of 25 degrees. The clouds will increase, but we get a little bit of snow towards dawn. Not much in the way of accumulations as we go through the overnight hours, but into tomorrow morning, that snow will mix in with rain, and that's where we pick up a coating to an inch possible. So we will see some of that with roads slippery, sidewalks also slippery, causing travel disruptions, a high near 40 tomorrow. Tomorrow night, cloudy, then perhaps some clearing as we hit a low of 29. And then Sunday, the clouds increase. There'll be some flurries in the afternoon. Heading into Sunday night, expect a little bit of snow out there. That'll probably lightly accumulate in some locations. Monday, mostly sunny, breezy in the afternoon with a high of 33 degrees. And Tuesday, mostly sunny and colder, a high of 22. Right now, it's 30 in Farmington, 32 in Bloomfield, and 31 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Nicholas Russo, 157 Church Street, New Haven, 06510.
Hi, this is Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner from Money Wisdom. There are over 500 ways you can take Social Security. It's a little complicated. So how confident are you that you'll get the most out of your benefits? Explore your filing options by calling 1-800-208-SAFE to get your free Social Security Simplified Guide. That's 800-208-7233 to get your free guide.
Johnson Brunetti is a marketing name for the businesses of JB Capital and JN Financial. Investment advisory services offered through JB Capital, LLC. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
At LendSeek, we and sometimes a little help. That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform, connecting you to over 100 funders. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours. No collateral, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and watching sports isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And my show is not a job, it's a passion. From the NFL playoffs to the NBA and everything in between, celebrate sports with me every day on You Better You Bet from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. Odyssey app now and listen to Westwood One Sports from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM.
The NAACP calls him, whoa, I don't think I'm allowed to read this. It's Reese on the Radio. Let's just say some people are not fans. On News Talk 1080, WTIC.
All right, it's Reese on the Radio. Roseanne on the Radio is here. Don't forget, you can check us out online at ReeseOnTheRadio.com. You could follow us on YouTube, follow us on X, or you could just chat inside the regular chat room. I have not checked there yet, but I will be there shortly. Roseanne is here. We'll talk about a whole bunch of other business in a bit. I just want to give a shout out to Jeff Gordon, Senator, Doctor, or is it Dr. Senator? There you go. Yeah, Dr. Senator Jeff Gordon is stuck at work and he cannot make it to between rounds. We just got a message. He sends his regrets They say that we sound great, Roseanne. We are all listening, enjoy, and they're sorry that they cannot make it. Thank you. Adam 12 is also listening. He's sending me text message after text message, which I am totally missing here.
Don't worry, I'm on top of it.
You're on top of it.
Yeah, I'm reading your phone.
Roseanne is in the YouTube chat room. You can chat with her there. And, of course, the audience is here as well. A bunch of our friends are here hanging out with us who are showing. What is that? It may be some language, so that's okay. Anyway.
I'm trying to turn it down, sorry.
Roseanne, real quick, you had something to say about the appearance that William Tong, Attorney General William Tong, had on Bryan and Company yesterday morning. He called in, and he was talking about
protecting Connecticut citizens from the federal government having the voter registration from the state of Connecticut.
Voter rolls, exactly.
Right.
And there was that conversation. I want to get into that just a little bit if I can, because I grabbed the information and I wanted to make sure that I grabbed it here. And here are some of the things that William Tong said in that interview. He said Tong claims that Connecticut tried to work cooperatively with the DOJ to understand the basis for their request for our voters' sensitive personal information. He says the state provided some data, like the public voter rolls available to anyone, which any of you can buy. He said, but he held back on the sort of juicy details, like Social Security numbers, the last four, driver's license numbers, and other personal identifiers. Why did he do that? He argues that this is sensitive stuff and it's protected under the Connecticut state law to prevent privacy breaches. He implies that the DOJ didn't explain why they needed it, saying that they rushed to sue instead of communicating productively, in his words, rather than communicating productively with us, they rushed to sue. But he says, according to what this person is writing, he says this paints the feds as impatient aggressors skipping dialogue. But we know that the federal government has the right to assess this information or to get this information, which, again, he hasn't made a strong case as to why the federal government can't have it. Because if I'm thinking about this as far as the level of security, right, the federal government is far more secure than the state government would be with this information, I would presume.
Now, I want to come up and say William Tong has not made a strong case for anything.
Right.
Yet that I've seen, right? So my whole perspective on this is that anybody who's ever gotten a cell phone or applied for an apartment, a mortgage, anybody who's ever paid an electric bill, if you've ever registered a car, right? If you've ever gone to a grocery store and filled out one of those, rewards cards, all of your information you are willingly giving to whoever, right? If you have an Alexa, if you have a phone, a cell phone, if you've ever opened an email,
right,
all of your information, all of your data is available to anybody and everybody who knows how to access that.
And we've seen headlines. I mean, we're talking like scorching headlines of data breaches at companies like Target, at Netflix, all of these places where your personal
Verizon. I have been the victim of identity, like a hacking, 4 times.
Exactly.
4 times in my life.
And we're talking to the tune of like millions, tens of millions of people's personal information for the use of identity theft.
Right.
So the idea that William Tong is making this argument that the federal government is less secure in their hands than they are in the state governments.
What makes me laugh the most about this is the conversation I'd had with a neighbor of ours in San Antonio was comparable to, well, Elon Musk is going to have all your personal information. What does Elon Musk need with my social security? Elon Musk has my social. What damage is Elon Musk going to do to my credit
Elon
report?
Musk is like, I'm almost a trillionaire, but boy, could I use another $609.
Right. So the fact that the state of Connecticut is saying to the federal government, no, you're not entitled to our residents' information. Excuse me, but the state falls under if we're talking about a tier, a hierarchy, state government falls under federal government. I may be a resident of Connecticut, but I live in, oh gosh, what is that country? The United States.
Yeah.
So my social security number, was it issued by the state of Connecticut? Nope, federal government. Yeah, that's true. I do have to apply for the legal ability to drive a vehicle in this state and in any state in the country. Now, if I hand my Texas driver's license to a Connecticut police officer, is that officer going to have the ability to access my identity and my information? Gee, I wonder why. Because of a federal database. Like the computers communicate, they talk.
Right.
So the only thing that I, in my, ridiculous, naive, ill-informed brain, the federal government is saying, hey, state of Connecticut, we want to see who you've allowed to vote or who you've registered to vote, and compare that with all the social security, just the last 4 numbers. That's it, the last 4 digits, so that we can compare them and make sure that who is registered to vote in your state is legally authorized to vote by federal standards.
Well, exactly. And the worst part is that Connecticut, if Connecticut only participated in a state election, it would hold at least a degree of water. But because the state of Connecticut...
No, it still wouldn't. It still wouldn't, and here's the reason why.
Well,
because on a state level, you are still being represented on a federal...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I said if there was no federal angle to this, right? You know what I mean? It's like Connecticut's like, no, we only participate in our own elections.
If you're voting for dog catcher, if you're voting for, class president, sure. The federal government may not require that information.
Yeah.
However, we're talking about federal elections. We're talking about state elections. We're talking about the election of people who are creating policy that affects every American in this country.
Indeed.
And if I have to be privy to some 64 IQ person voting in my laws and in the things that are going to determine my future, I'm sorry, I don't want to wear a hijab.
Yeah. The reason why William Tong's point of view falls apart, they said it unravels under scrutiny. This isn't just opinion. It's evident from the legal framework. The DOJ stated rationale, and even every early court moves, here's the breakdown of the weak spots critically dissected. Federal law trumps state privacy claims.
Always.
The NVRA's Section 8.1 explicitly requires state to make available for public inspection, and where available, photocopying at a reasonable cost all records concerning the implementation of programs and activities conducted for the purpose of ensuring the accuracy and currency of official lists of eligible voters. And that's the part that Tong is running into. I think the biggest problem with him is that Tong is fighting this in the court of public opinion, thinking that I'm going to rally folks in the streets to say, what do they want with our voter rolls? Unfortunately, that has fallen flat, because Connecticut has made, even the leftists in the state have made no arguments about what the federal government is asking for.
So here's how I'm looking at this from Tong and Lamont and Lester. Like, this is the perspective that I'm getting from their behaviors. Look at Connecticut, we're pretty too. We want to play because Connecticut doesn't have the same light on it. We are not seeing the massive protests. We are not seeing violent outbreaks in the street because, for the most part, like I keep saying, the conservative minds in Connecticut are far greater than the liberal.
I think that contributes to the fear.
And Tong and Lamont, all of them, they are fighting for the same thing. They want Connecticut to be a pretty girl in the spotlight for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right in that, because we saw that firsthand with the mayor and other folks like him, even Governor Lamont, making hay about the alleged hit and run, which is now completely disappeared
with
from
the stuffed animals in the seat right next to her.
Right. So all of that stuff has sort of disappeared because it was everybody sort of jumping in and piling on, making themselves, as you said, hey, look, we're pretty over here. We've got our own problems with ICE. A good portion of what I believe Tong is doing is sort of trying to capitalize on I'd say the activity of pushing back on Donald Trump, saying that this is Donald Trump trying to get into your personal information. Unfortunately, that's falling flat because most people no matter what stripe you are, want integrity in the elections. And
as long as you're not a politician, yes, I think you want integrity in voting.
I think, look, I've talked to Linda Sinkowitz about this. She is from Fight Voter Fraud. She's been a guest on the show. She's, of course, going to be back after we get to, I guess, some sort of end of all of this lawsuit. She believes, and because, I believe her because I know she's seen it and she's shown it to me. It's in small detail. What she really understands, at least from a statewide sort of pushback, is that there's a concern that folks are going to recognize that divide, if you will, between Democrats in the state versus conservatives in the state is a lot slimmer than we've been led to believe, if not greater. And you can't be more showing of your hand than William Tong pushing back in this way.
Listen, if you have nothing to hide, then why are you hiding? If you have nothing to hide, why so much pushback?
Yeah, he doesn't understand. And this is what I'm saying. Sort of like poorly calculated on William Tong's part is that he's bringing attention to himself, not to Donald Trump, because everyone's asking, hey, man,
it don't smell right.
It doesn't, yeah, exactly. And everybody knows legal precedent says the federal government has a right to do this. So him pushing back on it almost seems like, wow, what are you checking us for?
Let me make this a little more relevant for people.
Okay.
I've been in relationships before where my partner would keep his phone under lock and key, password, key lock. I mean, sitting with it face down in his pocket, like there was no edging anywhere near the phone. If I reached in the general direction of the phone, there was tension, right? Can I go through your phone?
Yeah, you know you can.
Why can't I go through your phone?
Because anything in there that's not supposed to be there, you probably put there.
But I know, and you've gone into my phone. I mean, we have no secrets. There's nothing between us that if I looked at your phone, I'm well, there was that one picture. I'm just kidding. There's nothing in here that I'm going to look at and say, wait a minute, and it's going to cause conflict.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with the voter rolls. If there's nothing to hide, why are you fighting so hard to keep it hidden?
You know, the interesting part is, and this is, again, it shows the bias of a lot of the news media in the state. And here's what I'm saying. When William Tong held a press conference for the 33rd or the 98th lawsuit against the Trump administration, all cameras showed up.
Mm-hmm.
This lawsuit of the federal government coming after, the state to get those voter rolls was literally a blip in the radar for a minute. It was a headline for a minute, and then everybody washed their hands of it and moved on. This is a big deal.
I think it gets to a point where even the conspirators are like, this is too sticky even for me.
Remember this. This is another important point here, and I want everyone to understand exactly what I'm saying. What used to be considered taboo in this country was questioning election integrity. Donald Trump was the biggest offender to the mainstream media on this question. Here's his DOJ asking for voter rolls, and it's not a big story. When, again, you can push back in the news media and say, there's Donald Trump again trying to question the integrity of our elections, but yet they've said nothing.
Because, like I said, even it gets to a point where even the conspirators are looking at it going, this is a bridge too far even for us.
That's a good point. And I think that's what people are recognizing. And I think the reason why I've been so dogged on this is because from what we've known in the last 4 years, even 5 years for that matter, when it comes to elections, is the fact that you are not allowed to question them. If you even so much as bring it up, they will completely go after you and attack you. Here is a perfect example for them to do so, and mum's the word.
Nothing.
Yeah, mum's the word. It's interesting. Anyway, when we come back, we've got more news, more views, and we'll talk to Jerry Puya, the owner-operator of Between Rounds right here in Vernon. We are live in Vernon Hartford Turnpike, supporting the Connecticut Food Share. Come by, buy a bagel certificate for the low cost of $24. All proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share. Let's get another check of weather and traffic. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Hey, Mark.
All right, Reese, thank you. If you're southbound 91 coming into Hartford, delays 33 down to 32 A and B. And then you've got an accident now, 91 southbound on the Middletown-Meriden line between 20 and 19, at least one lane out there. So look for delays kicking back approaching exit 20 Country Club Road behind that. If you are traveling on the northbound side of 91, that looks real good. Cromwell up into Windsor. Westbound 84 slowing as you move up on the, just after 56 Governor Street in East Hartford out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound sluggish, stop and go. 44 Prospect Oakwood down to the Boakley. 2 westbounds tight, 1D up to the 84 West merge in East Hartford. Heading into Waterbury, westbound 84 slowing 26 to 25. 84 eastbounds tight by exit 18 in Waterbury. You'll lose some speed again as you move through Cheshire down by the 691 interchange. South 95 New Haven slows 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, we're falling to a low of 25, but the clouds will be on the increase, and we're going to have a little bit of snow towards dawn. The overnight hours provide little to no accumulation, but tomorrow morning, the periods of snow will mix in with some rain. Snow should accumulate to a coating to an inch around our area, which is enough to make roads and sidewalks slippery, so expect some travel disruptions, a high near 40. Tomorrow night is cloudy, a little bit of clearing possible late as we reach a low of 29. Sunday becomes cloudy again with some flurries for the afternoon. We are keeping an eye on a coastal storm that is set to largely stay offshore, but depending on the track of the coastal storm, if it ventures any further west, that would up our chances of snow as we head into Sunday night. Overall, though, Sunday again, just a few flurries and a high near 38. Monday, mostly sunny to start off the work week and breezy in the afternoon with a high of 33. And Tuesday, mostly sunny and colder, a high of 22. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
This is WTIC News Talk 1080 with Brian and Company in the morning, Reese on the radio in the afternoon, and news around the clock. WTIC and WTIC FM HD2 Hartford and Odyssey Station.
5 o'clock, 29 degrees in Hartford. Good afternoon. I'm John Silva. WTIC 1080 News. A Shelton man is facing manslaughter and other charges in connection with a fatal crash from last year. Under arrest is Carlos Biamonte. According to state police, it was January 12, 2025, that the vehicle Biamonte was driving along Route 8 northbound in Shelton struck another vehicle from behind. That vehicle wound up in the southbound lanes where it was hit by a second vehicle. A juvenile passenger in the vehicle Biamonte allegedly struck was killed. Police say Biamonte left the scene, parked his car at an auto body shop, reporting the crash nearly an hour later. He's facing, again, manslaughter and other charges. His sister, a Bethel police officer, was charged this week for allegedly hindering prosecution by helping her brother flee. Health experts say this flu season has been unlike any we've seen in recent years. That is true for Connecticut as well. States logged about 22,000 cases so far in 2025-26, 1,800 hospitalizations, and 41 deaths thus far. Dr. Scott Roberts, infectious disease expert at Yale New Haven, says there was some question early on regarding just how effective this year's vaccine would be.
And that concerned a lot of us that it would be really ineffective at preventing flu, but reassuringly, there's been a couple studies that have come out now which show there still is some decent efficacy with this year's flu vaccine, even for this new strain.
Roberts advises getting a flu shot if you haven't already. He says even if you get the shot and you get sick, symptoms won't be as severe. President Trump says he may slap tariffs on countries that don't back his plan to take Greenland. Comes as a bipartisan group of lawmakers traveled to Denmark to show support for the territory. More from correspondent Erica Brown.
President Trump suggested a pressure tactic Friday he may use in his push to acquire Greenland.
I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security.
It comes the same day that a bipartisan group of congressional lawmakers visited Denmark to, quote, lower the temperature on the rhetoric aimed at the NATO ally.
President Trump is promising to seize the territory. In Hartford, Senator Richard Blumenthal sized up the opposition in the Senate.
The idea and the threat of invading Greenland is absurd, bizarre, and has met with more eye-rolling and humor than serious analysis in the United States Senate.
He says talk of a U.S. acquisition of Greenland disrupts the NATO alliance at a time when the U.S. needs its allies more than ever. CIA Director John Radcliffe met with Venezuela's interim leader in Caracas. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she's ready to lead at the right time.
The only thing I want to assure the Venezuelan people
is that Venezuela is going to be free, and that's going to be achieved with the support of the people of the United States and the President, Donald Trump.
Loyalty to the lottery seems to have paid off for one Fairfield man who says he's been trying his luck for years. Yesterday, he scratched a ticket at the News Express on Tunxus Hill Road, but forgot his glasses, so he couldn't see the results. He asked the clerk to scan the ticket, which revealed $1 million prize. News Express will get a $10,000 payday for selling that ticket. Wall Street, the Dow finished down 83 points today. The NASDAQ gave back 14, and the S&P was off 4. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away. 3, it's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19.
Here we go.
Talk to a pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The hour that packs a punch. It's Reese on the Radio on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Could you do a stadium, Roseanne?
For what?
You know, like something like this. We're doing it at a stadium.
At a stadium. You know, I'm not opposed to trying it.
You wouldn't be freaked out?
I probably would, but, I mean, at some point you have to drink water and drive on. That's an Army thing. Drink water, drive on.
I told you not to use Army lingo with me. I don't understand it.
It means you, as my son would say, thug it out.
Thug it out. Yes,
thug it out.
That's what the kids say. Yeah. By the way, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of our guests today. Jason Jabukowski, CEO, President of Connecticut Food Share, was here. Ken Krajewski, who is the proprietor of the Trump for New England store. We are going to be there on Saturday, tomorrow. We're going to go there to go see Corey. Why am I forgetting Corey's name? Matt Corey.
There we go.
Gracious. Matt Corey will be there. Also, Jason DeBarros will be there. They'll be speaking at that location here in Vernon. We'll go there and try not to buy out the whole place, Roseanne.
We'll see.
Whatever. Anyway, you know, I could use something nice. Oh, and of course, my good friend Greg Dillon, the author of the book Thin Blue Lie, which you can pick up at thinblueliebook.com. Go pick up the book and show some love to my man Greg Dillon, who is here, a local and well-loved and respected man of the community. Maybe he could coach your high school basketball team.
Maybe he should run for office.
Greg could probably... Retired? Okay, retired? Okay, no problem.
I'm just saying it'd probably make a good congressman or something.
He would. I think he would.
I'd vote for him.
I would.
Common sense, law enforcement, you know.
Good looking.
Not bad looking, absolutely.
That's your thing.
Listen, I'm trying to be a little more respectful of your feelings.
Really? You're like the worst flirt.
I know, it's terrible.
The worst.
I said I was trying.
Worst. It's like I'm not even here. That's why you got me fat. You made me fat so that you, like in the event that I have some sort of heart attack, that's what it is.
I gotta, line them up. No.
Yeah, that's why you're just like, hey, I can't finish this $78 pizza.
You know why I flirt?
Why?
Because it's safe. You're irreplaceable.
Aww.
You think anybody else is gonna put up with my crap?
No.
Exactly.
No, in fact, every time you say that, I tell people, oh, yeah, you want this problem? Go for it, buddy.
You don't want this problem.
She'll be back.
I promise.
She'll be back in 48 hours.
I am mean-spirited. I have the tongue. I have a samurai sword tongue. And thank God you have thick skin. Mm-hmm. Because you can put up with me.
Mm-hmm. Half the time I'm ignoring you. I'm kidding.
Guess who's getting ignored for the rest of the week?
Let's get another check of traffic and weather. You should not ignore that because you got to get home safely. I won't have the luxury, but you should. Mark Christopher is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. By the way, do they do divorce law? Just want to know.
You're not allowed to get
Mark
divorced.
Christopher.
I've already told you. There's no divorce.
Mark, get me out of here.
You'll be attached to a cinder block in Long Island Sound before
Exactly.
there's a divorce granted.
Hey,
if you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91 delays 33 down to 32 A and B. You'll slow again as you move down by exit 20 Country Club Road approaching 20. We have an accident between 20 and 19 that puts it on the Middletown Meriden line, at least one lane out there. If you're traveling northbound 91, that looks good. Cromwell through downtown up into Windsor. Westbound 84 is slowing, approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound, sluggish and stop and go. About a mile before 46th Avenue into the tunnel. 2 westbounds tight from exit 1D up to the 84 West merge. Heading toward Waterbury. Westbound 84 tied up from 26 up to 25. 84 eastbound's a little slow by 18 in Waterbury. And 95 South New Haven slows 46 down to 43 in West Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
Tonight we get down to 26 degrees, but the clouds come in and, yes, the snow starts. As we head into tomorrow, we'll have snow mixing with rain through the morning hours. Expect a coating to an inch of snow possible, and where that coating occurs or more, roadways and sidewalks will be slippery, so there will be some travel slowdowns heading into tomorrow, high of 40 degrees. Tomorrow night, cloudy with a low of 27. Sunday, cloudy, some flurries in the afternoon. Snow accumulating to a coating to an inch as we head into Sunday night. And then as we head into Monday, mostly sunny, breezy in the afternoon with a high near 33. Tuesday, mostly sunny and colder, high of 26. Right now it's 31 in New Britain, 31 in Windsor, 30 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
Looking for the best ways to prepare for retirement this year? Then be sure to tune in to Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Join us this Sunday for Tumalo Financial, your go-to for retirement planning and taxes. Tune in to the father-son duo from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. or catch replay from 5 to 6 p.m. Tumalo Financial, retirement planning with integrity on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-823-5544. That's 800-823-5544. 800-823-5544.
It's Reese on the Radio on News Talk 1080 WTIC.
All right, we are back and we are live. We are in Vernon, Connecticut. And I used to live in Manchester.
Okay.
When I lived here back in 2004.
That means nothing to me.
I know it doesn't. This is the next town east of there, at the Between Rounds on Hartford Turnpike. When I lived in Manchester, I never went east of Manchester because I worked in Hartford. So I'm spending more time in Vernon than I ever have in any time that I've ever lived out here, which is interesting because Roseanne likes this particular spot and makes me drive the 40 minutes to come out here, to come eat here. Because, of course, we're on the west side of Hartford, and you have come to really, really love this place, and you were excited for us to do the show here.
Yes.
And now we're here, and you're going to miss it once it's over, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Right? You are going to miss it.
You know what? I love the Puyas, like the whole family. Like they just opened oh my God. Jerry's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Their brother-in-law, the kids. I mean, it's just, it literally feels like family. Every time I see them, I want to go and I feel like they've got their arms wrapped around me. And so being here, it's deep and it's meaningful for me because outside of you, I don't really have family, so.
Well, I'm kind of here by myself too, Roseanne. The only person I got is you.
Well, I'm branching out and diversifying.
If I can talk about something personal here. Earlier in the show, I was talking about how you and I started off arguing.
Yes.
And that sort of became something that we enjoyed doing. And that's not, I don't suggest that for anybody in a relationship to start off arguing about political things. But you and I uniquely had fun doing that. And it wasn't about one-upping each person, what I found fascinating about you is that you weren't just arguing for the sake of arguing. You had a personal belief about certain things, and
I was convicted.
And you were,
I wasn't just screaming phrases and buzzwords.
And one thing I didn't do and I think it had everything to do with the fact that I was kind of smitten, was that I didn't try to debunk your beliefs. Primarily because you were making reasonable arguments for them. Whether I thought they were wrong or not, I didn't inject, right? It wasn't about, I disagree with you. I just wanted to know why you thought or felt the way that you did. And you weren't just throwing stuff out and just saying, well, because of this and that. You weren't angry about it. You were just saying, well, this is why I believe it. And it seemed sincere. And listening to your sincerity made a big difference in the way that we argued. But what I found about that was that the years that we've been together now, February 14th is our anniversary.
Yeah.
June 15th is the anniversary of when we got together. We're coming up on 5 years.
I know, it's crazy.
Weird. Coming up on 5 years. It's felt like forever in the sense of I don't remember a time not being with you.
And it's like, really? It's already been, it's so,
Yeah, it's like I can't remember any time before you having been in it. But what I will tell you this, and I found this interesting, that you and I have had our sort of like, I don't want to say knockdown dragouts, but we have had our fights, if you will.
We've had a couple,
it's never political stuff, but it's sort of like, me not recognizing what you're going through with your perimenopause stuff and me being sort of dismissive of that as a guy will do. But what I've cherished about the fact that when we have those conversations that are really, really sort of knockdown, drag out in a sense, is that we've learned how to argue. And I think it's primarily because we started off respecting each other's disagreements.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I will tell you, for me, honestly, and you have to remind me of it occasionally because it seems like I've forgotten, but I haven't. The reason I can argue with you and sort of with it being no fault of your own, unleashing all of my past pain and hurts on you. The reason I can do that is because I feel safe with you. You've always made me feel valued and appreciated and loved, and no matter how erratic, how irrational, how unstable I may feel, you have always reminded me that your love for me isn't based on what I bring to you, what I offer to you, what I can give or do for you. There's genuinely something in me that you deeply love. And I ask you every day, do you still love me even today, even though I did, and even though and you always say yes. And that makes me want to always do whatever I can to protect this. but you also make it very safe for me to be able to tell you why this hurt me so much. I know you didn't do this, but there was this time in my past, where these things happened, and it reminded me of that thing. And you are so willing to look at me and go, listen, I understand. This is what I did, and this is how it impacted you. But you always make me feel safe. You always take me into account. So arguing with you isn't about right or wrong. It isn't about getting a point. Yeah, it's not a war. I'm safe enough to be real with you. Mm-hmm. And because I'm safe enough to be real with you, I am now safe to be real everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm. I can appreciate that. By the way, the whole asking me if you love me every day, kind of annoying.
I don't care. And by the way, you haven't told me today if you love me, and that I'm pretty, and that I'm smart, and that I'm cute. So
you are all of those things and then some. Okay?
Yeah, but you still didn't say it.
Okay, you are pretty, you are smart, you are good. I'm not kidding, folks. She
every
makes
day.
me do it every day.
Every day,
Did you say that I'm pretty and I'm smart and I'm beautiful? I'm like, no. I told you this yesterday. Yes, but you didn't say it today.
I don't remember. I never remember.
Oh, my goodness.
But, there's
John Beckman said it in the chat room. He says, Therapy Friday, I see. I'm not trying to do Therapy Friday. I'm just trying to say that I find it unique that, because I'll be honest with you, one of the things that I've recognized about this marriage as opposed to my other three was about fighting. What I mean by that is I would get into a fight with my other spouses, and it was a war, not because the issue was so dire. There was a personal sort of responsibility that I was like, oh, you want to argue with me?
I must destroy you.
Yeah, it's like.
I think when you make your partner feel safe, whether it's me making you feel safe or you making me, right, the fact is that we both feel safe enough to express our needs, and it opens up this vulnerability, right? Like I feel, in my opinion, that perhaps the reason you were so visceral and so determined on destruction previously is because there may have been a part of you that was being dismissed and felt unheard and void of credibility. Mm-hmm. And I think I do that to you sometimes, but for the most part, I want you to feel heard. I want you to know that no matter what, no matter how misogynistic your point may be, I want you to at least know you're not.
I don't think I've ever been described as misogynistic. I'm going to have to work on that.
You're really not. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what your perspective is. I want you to feel heard, and I want you to feel safe and valid.
Well, no, I appreciate that. I was thinking about it earlier today, and it's like sometimes we will throw jabs at one another.
Oh, we're so mean to each other. If people could see us behind closed doors.
Some of the stuff,
are you sure you love each other?
Some of the stuff that you will say, like you said that I'm thick skinned. Some of the stuff you say, I'm just like, I have to remind myself. I was like,
I love this woman.
Joking? I think sounds like a joke.
I keep telling people you're the nice one.
You have been so cold-hearted. Hey, I want to give a shout out again to Russ. He makes cigar box guitars. If you're on Etsy, you have got to see it. I'm telling you. I'm a guy who's interested in everything. I do truly believe that. But Russ showed up here at Between Rounds in Vernon before the show, and he and I walked over to the pawn shop next door because he's a big pawn shop guy like me. By the way, if anybody wants to, join me. I'm going to go to the pawn shop for about 5 minutes to go say, I feel guilty whenever I walk into a pawn shop and I'll buy something. And they say it to me all the time. It's like, nobody's stopping you. It's like, well, they sold the drone, by the way. I was going there to
I'm sorry.
Look for. And by the way, thank everybody. I want to give you a round of applause for looking for drones for me. I want to thank all of you for finding a drone for me. What's my budget on the drone? People want to know. Give me my budget for the drone.
I would say maybe right now.
Yeah.
$200.
$200?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to get a kite. So, boy, $200 is my budget. Let me see. Hopefully there's a big gust of wind coming by in Vernon. I'll be able to throw up a sheet of paper with a string on it. $200? Do you know about drones at all?
I just re-looked at the numbers. There is no budget. In fact, I think you owe the budget $200.
If I can remember correctly, about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, when we had on Jason Jakubowski, You said you spent $235 on a pair of sandals.
Lo siento, pero no hablo inglés.
Ugh.
Por favor, dime en español, porque no entiendo.
Yeah, okay. As soon as she gets in trouble, she starts speaking Puerto Rican.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? What was the language? I apologize. It's not Puerto...
Kuchi o tojite kudisai.
That wasn't a bad word, was it?
No.
Okay.
No.
What, was that Mandarin or...
That was Japanese. I told you to shut your mouth. Everybody say kuchi o tojite kudisai.
Why do you know so many languages, you nerd?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. I'd have to kill you. Oh, look, there goes a cop car. I bet you they're coming by to say hi.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
What?
No.
Hey.
By the way, police officers, I wasn't kidding. Stay far away. Uniformed people as well. Don't come by here. Especially
Firefighters are the worst.
Oh, goodness. I forgot about firefighters. First responders. All of you.
Hey.
Don't come by. She's got a thing. She's got a thing.
She's
By the
got a
way,
type.
Etsy, I apologize. Russ, Cigar Box Guitars, he makes them. Go to Etsy and check out Crossroads Blues Boxes. Again, Crossroads Blues Boxes. I really want to share his craft with everybody. They're so beautiful. In fact, I got to contact him to see if I could get him to send me a couple of pictures. I'll put them on the website to check them out. They're so
He doesn't
cool.
make drones, does he?
No, he does not make drones. They're all guitars. Bunch of people are here, and they're hanging out. A lot of them are wrapping up, and they're going. Of course, you guys know Fritz the Cat. One of the original Scallywags is in the building. Were you like third Scallywag? Todd O is in the house, of course. Another Scallywag. He's not in the chat room, but he always sends me like these texts on Instagram. And let me just say, boy, is he angry about politics. But I love him. I love him nonetheless. Everybody who showed up here today, thank you so much for showing us some love and not leaving us here quietly. Because to be honest with you, I didn't think the crowd was going to be what it was.
Yeah, apparently all of our listeners showed up. all 30, 50 of them.
There's a lot more than that. I am certain of it.
Love you guys. We
Bye-bye.
feed the doggies.
But you got to go feed the dogs?
The dogs.
Okay,
yes.
well, please enjoy. Please send the dogs our best. Roland, you know who that is. That's our stalker. She's the stalker.
The stalker is here.
I texted him. I told him.
Yeah. Roland loves you. Mwah.
Great show.
Thank you.
I love it. You guys did fantastic. We'll see you at the next one.
You got it. Absolutely. And speaking
Thank
of doing
you.
the next one, I need to get Jerry in here in a minute. We're going to talk to him before we wrap things up. We'll talk to him about what they're doing in Connecticut Food Share, how they got involved with Connecticut Food Share, and, of course, all the great stuff that they've been doing. They're a proud sponsor of WTIC and all of Odyssey, if I think about it. Yeah, he's everywhere on all of our sister stations. But just so everybody knows, I don't care who you are, Light, Hot 93.7, and all the other stations. That's the way I say them. Hot 93.7. You have to say 7 like that. All of them, no matter who it is, I want to let you know that Jerry belongs to Reese on the Radio, just so you understand, because I say so, and I'll fight you. And I'm an honorary Italian, just so you know.
And I just like bagels, so.
Yes.
And
well,
I love
you
the
just
Puya
like
family,
eating.
so. Hey,
tell the truth.
That's irrelevant.
You like eating.
I do. I like food.
I know you like food. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to get up out of here. We'll take a break so we can set up Jerry to come here and talk to us about, of course, their fantastic relationship with us here at Reese on the Radio and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we'll actually mingle with a couple of folks who are here, who've been hanging out pretty much for a lot of the show before we go to dinner with the Puyas and their entire family.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, that's right. We're supposed to go to dinner.
I'm still full from lunch. Let me go do some laps.
Yep. I just want to let you know, Roseanne, I know you're going to want to eat a lot of red meat. I see it, right? Yes.
I love red meat.
Okay. All right.
My thought process on food is that food used to have a face.
Yes.
And I like my face food bloody.
But I know how you are with the perimenopause thing. Could you just be careful about... Did I say something wrong? Is there something wrong there? Am I not supposed to...
No. Continue with your sentence, please. Let's see where this goes.
I was just saying, food is a trigger, isn't it?
You know what's a trigger?
Oh, goodness gracious. It's, whatever it was, it sounds threatening. Let's take a break. Mark Christopher, he's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. I think I'm going to have to set them for something, if you will.
There it is.
I don't even... Mark Christopher, always timeless.
I'm gonna need that record.
I was pulling at the wrong song at the wrong time for you, Reese.
Yeah, no kidding.
Heading to Hartford right now, southbound 91 delays 33, down at 32 A and B. And then you're going to slow again as you move down, approaching exit 19 in Middletown. We have an accident 91 southbound between exit 20 and 19, so look for a lane to be blocked there. Northbound side of 91 moving well, Cromwell through downtown up into Windsor. Westbound 84 is slowing, approaching the Bulkley Bridge out to 47 Sigourney. 84 eastbound, just running a little slow now, 46 Sisson Avenue down to the Bulkley Bridge. If you're traveling to eastbound, look out for an accident in Glastonbury on the eastbound side of Route 2. That was down by exit 5, and it was in the left lane. They may have cleared that, but we're still seeing delays from 3 to 5 on the eastbound side of Route 2. Also slowing Route 3 northbound as you approach exit 13 A and B. If you are traveling into the Waterbury area, look out for an accident 84 eastbound just east of exit 26 in Cheshire. You got delays back to 25A in Waterbury. Westbound 84 is sluggish from 26 up to 25, again 22 up to the Mixmaster. 91 of the Parkway, okay toward New Haven. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
WTIC weather.
We fall to a low of 25 with some clouds increasing. As we head towards dawn, there'll be a little bit of snow, but little to no accumulation through the overnight hours. Tomorrow morning, though, we're starting off with periods of snow, which will mix in with rain at times, and that'll lead to accumulations of a coating to an inch. Snow can make roads, sidewalks slippery, so do watch for travel disruptions as we reach a high near 40. Sunday, it's cloudy with some flurries in the afternoon and a high of 38. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
And now, a WTIC news update.
It's 5:30, Hartford temperature 29 degrees. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News. Flu season is running rampant across our state and around the country. It's already been a busy season here in Connecticut. 22,000 cases statewide have been flooding hospitals, according to the Department of Public Health. CDC says we're not even at the peak of the season yet, although activity has waned somewhat in about 44 states over the last couple of weeks. A man sought in a fatal shooting in Danbury has turned himself in. Police say 42-year-old David Grulon is charged. It was January 7th when a shot fired from a townhouse on Lake Avenue struck and killed Victor Quispe. In a neighboring townhouse, Grulon faces manslaughter and other charges. Shelton man facing charges in the deadly crash from last year. It was January 12th of 2025 that state police say Carlos Biamonte triggered a 3-vehicle crash on Route 8 that led to the death of a juvenile. He's facing manslaughter charges. His sister, a Bethel police officer, was picked up earlier this week and charged with helping him to get away. Connecticut senior U.S. Senator is proposing allowing federal law enforcement agencies to be sued by those who claim their civil and constitutional rights are violated. Senator Richard Blumenthal says his measure would allow such cases to be heard in civil court. Presently, local law enforcement can be sued, but not federal officials. The students at one West Hartford school got a 4-day weekend, although probably not the way they would have wanted it. Webster Hill Elementary closed today due to an outbreak of norovirus. School officials decided to go ahead and close, and they'll spend the weekend cleaning and disinfecting. And Bo Bichette and the New York Mets have agreed to a $126 million 3-year contract. The deal struck just a day after the Mets lost out on top free agent Kyle Tucker. He wound up with the Dodgers. Bichette's a 2-time All-Star at shortstop with the Blue Jays. He'll move over and become the Mets' regular third baseman. Wall Street, the Dow down 83 points today. NASDAQ dropped 14 and the S&P was off 4 points. For these stories and more, go to WTIC.com. I'm John Silva, WTIC 1080 News.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Get it? With the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
1 minute. It's like your business is really booming, even in a tough time for businesses like ours.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, thanks to LendSeek, our business was able to take care of some outstanding bills and taxes and to purchase inventory and expand our product lines.
Wow. You know, my business needs working capital, but only from a reputable company that I can trust and count on. How does LendSeek work?
Fast and easy. Just apply at lendseek.com. Their AI lending platform gave my business access to over 100 funding programs with one simple application. And it costs nothing to apply.
At lendseek.com, you can receive business funding with no collateral, no prepayment penalties, and no restrictions on how you use the funds. Whatever your funding needs are, seek no more. Our AI lending marketplace has you covered. If you've been in business at least 1 year with annual revenue of at least $250,000, you could get business needs in as little as 24 hours. There's no obligation, so apply today at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
The Odyssey app lets you jump back to the moments you missed from WTIC News Talk 1080. Download the free Odyssey app, search WTIC News Talk 1080, and tap earlier today to get started.
I made such a mistake. Reese on the Radio, we are live in Vernon, Virginia at the Between Round. God, did I say Virginia? Oh, my God. Vernon, Connecticut. What is wrong with me? Vernon, Connecticut. Don't drive to Virginia. It won't be there. We're here. We've been here all day for the show. This has been absolutely amazing. The man to my right, we're going to talk to him a little bit. That is Jerry Puya of Between Rounds. He is the one who pretty much came up with the idea for us to be here. So we'll talk to him about anything and everything Between Rounds, Connecticut Food Share, the purchase of a bagel certificate for 1 dozen of bagel a month for 3 months at the low price of $24. And all proceeds go to the Connecticut Food Share. So come on by and pick one up. Jerry's actually going to tell us how well you will tell us how well we did today, right?
It was incredible.
Well, don't say anything yet. We'll give it away in a second. We'll let everybody know what we did. It's been a fantastic day. We met so many people. So many folks came by. A lot of powwowing and networking, Jerry, right?
Oh, we met some great people.
Yeah, and we're very, very grateful of them doing it. You thought it was a pretty good turnout, right?
I thought it was excellent, yes. I have an estimate of how many people. It was huge.
Really? Wow.
700, 800 people?
Oh, goodness gracious. Did I shake that many hands? Roseanne's going to tell me to put sanitizer on everything. She's already looking. Look at her.
Watch that norovirus.
It's already going to happen. Jerry Puya is here. His family is here right across. We love them. They look tired. I'm sorry we dragged it on for so long. But it is almost a wrap. But what are you doing? You are really serious about. I know that she's not kidding. Jerry needs something.
Give me a hit too. Oh, lovely,
Jerry
lovely.
needs a spritz as well. Do you have enough for everybody?
That's why you smell so good.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, you too?
Yeah.
What the?
Oh my God!
Is there anybody you are not going to flirt with? What, I got to own a business now? Can I get a franchise of Between Rounds so I can get the adoration of my wife, for crying out loud? You have to become a cop too.
You know, she was actually helping us from this side of the county. You know, the customer side. Yeah. She was so good. We want her on the other side.
Really?
Yeah.
Every place you go, you actually perform for a person who doesn't want a job.
Well, yeah.
Isn't it like we'll work for food?
I could do that. I could see that.
Such a deal.
I'm trying to find, can I get will work for a housekeeper gig? Because
what?
I don't like cleaning. I don't like cooking. I don't like cleaning. I don't domestic
This is
at
true.
all.
We got to take another break. Let's get to everybody home. Let's get to Mark Christopher. He's in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. We'll get Roseanne a housekeeper while we're doing that. Mark, how are you, sir?
All right. I'm good, guys. Thank you. Hey, if you're heading into Hartford right now, southbound 91 delays 33, down to 32 A and B, and then you're back in the stop and go again, approaching exit 20 Country Club Road. Still got that accident between 20 and 19 on the Middletown-Meriden line, so look out for that. Northbound 91's okay. Cromwell up into Windsor. Westbound 84 slowing, approaching the Bogey Bridge at 47 Sigourney. Not bad. Eastbound 84 just a little tight now, 48 Capitol Avenue into the tunnel. 2 westbound slowing, 1D up to the 84 West merge. 3 northbound's a little slow between exit 13 and 13A and B as you head toward the Route 2 ramps in Glastonbury. If you're heading toward Waterbury, 84 eastbound a little tight, 17 to 18. Again, some slow traffic approaching exit 25A. Looks like there's an accident just east of exit 26 going down the Big Hill in Cheshire, so delays there. Westbound 84 tied up 26 to 25 in Waterbury. And if you're heading down in toward New Haven, South 95 is a little slow, 46 down to exit 44. Traffic and weather together on the 8th WTIC News Talk 1080.
Brought to you by Staples.
It's a new year, and Staples has fresh deals to get you fully equipped for 2026. Like up to $120 off HP Smart Tank printers. This deal means business, and so do these printers. Shop in store and online today. Staples. That was easy. Ends 131.
WTIC weather.
Tonight, we reach a low of 26 as the clouds increase on us. And guess what? We get a little bit of snow as we head into daybreak. That snow will accumulate to a coating to an inch while mixing with the rain through tomorrow morning. Where the snow does accumulate, expect roads and sidewalks to be slippery. That'll cause some travel disruptions. Tomorrow, we go to a high of 40 degrees. Tomorrow night, cloudy, low 27. Then Sunday, we're cloudy with some flurries in the afternoon, a high near 36. Snow will accumulate a coating to an inch as we head into Sunday night. Monday, mostly sunny and breezy in the afternoon, a high of 33. And Tuesday, we're mostly sunny, cold, with a high of 26. Right now, it's 29 in Avon, 30 in Hopewell, and 30 in Hartford. This is meteorologist Melissa Constanzer in the WTIC Weather Center.
Looking for the best ways to prepare for retirement this year? Then be sure to tune in to Johnson Brunetti's Money Wisdom tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. right here on WTIC News Talk 1080.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and at newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Never like braces? Invisalign is an alternative that may be right for you. It's removable, more comfortable, and reduces the risk of developing cavities and gum disease. Get your dream smile discreetly and easily. Call Columbia Dental at 860-645-0111.
Hi, I'm Joe with SimpleSaleUSA.com, and I buy houses cash. If you own a house and want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me at 203-896-4000. I can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and more importantly, anywhere in Connecticut. I'm a private real estate investor who buys several houses a month, and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorce houses, behind in payment houses. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Do you own a house that is trash and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying junk houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast, call me at 203-896-4000. That's 203-896-4000. 203-896-4000.
At Uline, 1 minute. Road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exam. Up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is. You know who it is. You know who it is. It's Reese on the Radio. Frederick Douglass of the 21st century.
It's WTIC News Talk 1080.
We are back and we are live. We are just about to wrap up our day here at the Between Rounds in Vernon for Connecticut Food Share.
There we go.
Which I am now officially thinking is going to be home base for Reese on the Radio for a lot of years to come, if they will keep me. Contract. So I would love to come back and kind of make this the deal. So you were thinking at some particular point, Jerry, by the way, our guest here is Jerry Puya of Between Rounds. You were thinking maybe doing this at the other store in
South Windsor.
South Windsor. And now, if I remember that store, because I've been to all three, that is the official bakery.
That's where we manufacture the bagels.
That's where you make all the bagels.
Yep.
You said something. We'll get to what all of this was about in a second, but I really want to dive in a little bit about the process of making bagels. You said something when you were a guest on, what was it, December 30th? Wow, just the day before New Year's Eve. You had mentioned that your bagels do not have any preservatives.
Correct.
And that, to me, is amazing because so many people are so health conscious about that. Was that an original plan? What was that all about?
To be candid with you,
yes.
my brother Joe.
Okay.
He's the guy behind the bagels.
Okay.
So the recipe, all of that stuff, it's him. Mm-hmm. And I joke all the time, and sometimes we even fight about it. He's probably listening.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty anal about it.
Is he?
But
Giggity.
We can be assured that those bagels, when they come off our machines, are perfect. And as far as the recipe goes, I mean, there's consistency.
Right.
I mean, it's just that's his thing, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
I mean, candidly, I had never even made a bagel. I mean,
really?
I guess I got to admit that after 35 years in the business, yep, he's dealt with the bagels. I've dealt with the retail stores, and as long as we stay in our own lanes, everybody's happy.
But can I tell you the importance of that? When you first told me that back the last time we spoke on my show, the thing that really stood out to me on the business angle, and you will probably confirm what I'm about to say, it really says a lot about your product. Because what you mentioned in that with no preservatives, it means the shelf life is limited.
It's limited.
It's very limited.
It's limited.
And you have got to move that product,
right.
Otherwise you're failing.
Exactly.
In essence, which shows a testament to your product. People love the fact, and it shows how health conscious we become. Mm-hmm. You've got to move that product, and you are in a bakery every day, making them fresh every time.
Yep.
And you are growing and growing. You're in more and more grocery stores. The expansion has been phenomenal in what you do.
It has, and I'm hoping if any of your listeners want our bagels and they're not in their grocery stores, let me know. Contact me, and I will contact the grocery store or the chain and see what we can do to get in there and find some way to acknowledge you for the help you gave us.
And that email address again is?
It's Jerry with a J, Jerry, at betweenroundsbagels.com. I think that was puberty right there. I think I heard myself squeak.
Jerry Puya is here from Between Rounds. Is this sort of like your mainstay, even though the bakery is in South Windsor?
Well, traditionally I will work in the Vernon store in the morning.
Okay.
And then I go to the office in the afternoon.
Right.
And if you ask my son will say, I take a nap. What can I tell you?
Your whole family is here, and
yes.
I appreciate them because they're here not only to support you, they support Roseanne and I.
I love your whole family.
And
I do.
They are over there.
Very attractive children, I might add. Very attractive.
Did you notice they all look like me?
Yes. They do. The eyes.
So, and I want to thank them for always welcoming us into your home, making us a part of all of this.
And Lori is, I love her. She just makes me feel so
me too.
Welcome and so, she's so genuine and so beautiful. You feel her soul through everything.
She was the one that I thought totally did not or wanted us to end that night in San Antonio that we were talking too much. She was the one that I thought was looking at us just going, are these people ever going to shut up so we can go home? We just want to leave. Gosh, who would have thought to go to visit these guys was going to be 4 hours worth of talking? But she's been an absolute joy. As Roseanne said, she loves her. And we love your family. Gosh, you guys have been so fantastic to us. Let's talk a little bit about what we're here for, the Bagel Certificate, Connecticut Food Share, your partnership. Yes. You guys have sort of taken that partnership and expanded it. You went from the Becca, which is the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Chipotle.
Chipotle mayo and the avocado. I was trying to remember. And 50% of the proceeds for that sandwich goes to Connecticut Food Share. And you guys then decided to expand it to this bagel certificate, which is, of course, at the low price of $24. And all the proceeds go into Connecticut Food Share. You purchase that certificate, and you get 1 dozen bagels a month for 3 months. What caused you guys, or what was the sort of brain child of getting this thing expanded to something else? Okay, to back up too, this all started when you and I had a conversation about doing the PB&J, the Reese's peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Right.
So we were involved with, what was it, Friendly Hands
Food Bank. Yep.
Then we got involved with Hockanum Valley Council of Churches, community centers. And then we said, well, I think we need to expand, and let's go to the people who support them, which is Connecticut Food Share.
Right.
I was learning how this whole system worked.
Right.
I didn't realize how big Connecticut Food Share is and how those are the folks that are supplying all of these local pantries.
Yeah.
When I went down and saw it, I was like, this is amazing. So that's when we started with the Becca. The Becca was a way to give 50 cents from every one of those sandwiches that we sold to them. And we already presented them with one check for, I want to say it was maybe $400 or so, but the next check that we're going to give them, I think is going to be significantly bigger than that.
Wow.
And this event that we just had here
today,
I want to say we raised anywhere from $500 to $700.
Wow.
Really?
I am
just today
shocked. Yes, that tells you that this audience is very giving and very generous. I mean, it was just, and not to mention, good conversationalists.
Whom?
No, not you. I was listening to your audience.
Yeah, they are, and they really. It's again, I say to my audience, and they know this because I say it all the time. They are the smartest people. They are the most involved people. They are the most giving people. And I love the fact that they come in here and they shake my hand, they shake Roseanne's hand, and they love what we're doing. I hope they appreciate that we are doing it as a public service. This is not a fame thing for us.
Yep.
You know, they say to us, thank you for all you're doing. That means the world to me. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you, when I say that. So when they say it, it means something because, we've got our own little mission here, but they've obviously received it. And being involved with you, thank you so much. By the way, this is personal to me. Not only just loving this show and loving Roseanne and I, giving us all the love and support that you have. I'm so thankful that you are part of the Odyssey family because it gave me an opportunity to steal you away from everybody else. Because I don't care what anybody says, dude. Reese on the Radio loves, we are the proud sponsors of Between Rounds. Just so the Reese on the Radio program, we're giving back.
Sponsoring us.
Yes, we're sponsoring the sponsor. That's how much we love. I bet you nobody over Hot 93 is doing that.
No, that.
So we do. We and it's weird because we met. You loved the show just from the moment, and you were like. The way that you sort of came in and you just literally gave us a big giant hug figuratively was like, wow. It was like these guys, really, really love the show, and we wanted to reciprocate in some sort of way, but then it became more than that. And that was when the minute you said, hey, we'd love to do a show here, as soon as we saw the storm, we're like, yeah, I think we could do this here. And boy, were you 100% right.
There's an expression. Successful people like to hang out with successful people. You guys are.
There are exceptions. No.
Then there's us. No.
You guys are successful. We feel we've been successful. We want to give back, and Connecticut Food Share is the outlet that we're choosing to do so with.
Yeah.
And this partnership is wonderful. So I'm all for doing this again, doing it in South Windsor. At some point, doing it back here. I mean. We had phone calls leading up to this. Like, when does he come? We had one guy show up last Friday, disappointed. He screwed up the date.
Right. I thought I was very clear. But it's okay. You're listening and you're driving. It can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and not for
Did he buy a bagel? That's what I mean.
I think he bought the certificate.
Did he really?
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he bought the certificate. So, and I would say maybe 80% of the people were people who've never been here before.
Wow.
So that shows the power you guys have to draw people in, which is cool. You have an audience out there that is stronger than maybe you think. And it's growing. I mean, as I've talked to people, I said, do you realize that he's got to be getting stronger and stronger? We just hope you stay in Connecticut. Not that you get too big that you
I don't want to go anywhere. I've heard these people, and I don't say this to brag, but a lot of people say it's like, hey, when you get syndicated and stuff. Can I tell you honestly, the thing that bothers me the most about that, and Roseanne will attest to this, the thing that's driven me crazy, I keep saying to myself, I love Connecticut so much, and I've loved the time that I've been here. Even when we were in Texas, I've loved this audience so much. I almost feel like wild horses couldn't tear me away. I really love being here.
I've been in Connecticut for a grand total of, just over 3 months. Mm-hmm. And I tell Reese every day, I'm still happy. I'm still happy in Connecticut. Yeah. The whole 22 months we were in Texas, the closest thing I felt to home in San Antonio was when your family came out and we had dinner that night. Yeah. It felt cosmic. It felt... Mm-hmm. It felt God created, that this was the way it was supposed to be. And as soon as we found out we were moving here, all I kept thinking was, I can't wait to go see the Puyas again. And as soon as we got here and we got to see y'all, and he came in here, it's just, for me, it feels like family. It feels like home. And
Jerry was emailing me and goes, when exactly are you coming? So, and you guys have been so enthusiastic. Like I tell everybody, you guys were calling us the minute that we got here, saying, hey, come on, we got to get together as soon as possible. So this has been fantastic. We love being able to help you folks out with what you're doing. I'm so happy that this was a success, and we didn't, well, not that we would squander the opportunity, but at least it was a success in one day. We weren't asking for, a miracle, but I think we just came maybe short of it with the folks who just walked in a couple of hours that we were here.
We said it was going to be a win-win-win.
Yeah.
And it was. Connecticut Food Share, Reese on the Radio, and Between Rounds. Yeah. Everybody came out of this a winner, and that's why we did it.
Well, I hope my boss was satisfied, and she really enjoyed us. I'm just saying, dude, it's a lot of pressure, dude. It's a lot of pressure.
We love Connecticut so much, and again, 3 months I've been here. I've fallen in love with Connecticut. I am an invested nutmegger. I've been here. I'm not going to root for the Patriots. I just can't do it. But I want to see Connecticut succeed. I want to see nutmeggers grow and prosper and be happy, and this is part of it, right? Coming in here and working with Between Rounds and the Connecticut Food Share, and just helping nutmeggers realize that we are one community. We all want the same thing differently. Mm-hmm. We just want to live and be happy and feel loved and accepted. Yeah. And it starts by doing things like this, getting involved with the community, getting involved with businesses like Between Rounds, and reminding people that there are places for help, such as the Connecticut Food Share.
Yeah. I want everybody to know that Between Rounds is the place for people to go. And like I said, you guys have been so supportive of us. You made us feel like we're at home. Again, like I always say about being married to Roseanne, I can't remember not being with her. I kind of feel the same way about Between Rounds. I'm like, you guys have been here since the beginning, and I want to thank you for allowing us to do that.
Absolutely. We're going to have a great big family hug after this.
Well, we should. We're going to do dinner?
Absolutely.
And I would love to do more off-radio stuff with the family. I love you guys.
They don't want to deal with another 4 hours of us.
Wait, I heard you have a pool.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Apparently it's heated.
It is.
It better be heated. And it better be indoors.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Indeed. We got to get up out of here. Don't forget, folks, support the Connecticut Food Share. You can do that by going to ctfoodshare.org. Again, I want to thank Jerry. Sorry, I want to thank Jerry Puya, of course, Jason Jakubowski, Ken Kraszewski, and Greg Dillon for being our guest today. As I always say, radio is free, so we thank you for paying attention. Remember to keep JC in your hearts and in your minds. Sean Patrick, we love you and we miss you. Remember that panic is not planning, so plan your work and work your plan. Me, I'm Reese on the Radio. You have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow. Say goodnight, Roseanne.
Good night, Roseanne.
You guys have a wonderful night. We'll see you on Monday. Mark Christopher is getting you home. He is in the BPS Lawyers Traffic Center. Thanks, Jerry.
You're very welcome.
Guys, have a great weekend. If you're heading into Hartford right now, 91 southbound, look for delays 33 down to 32 A and B. If you're on south of downtown, look for a little slow traffic as you move down into Meriden between exit 19 and 17. Northbound 91, easy ride. Cromwell up into Windsor Locks. Westbound 84 slowing, approaching the Bulkley Bridge to 47. Sigourney, good ride eastbound 84.